is something that I never thought I would have heard. I would have ever heard a person find that.
Through the course of my career, I've been told, at one point, you're too young. I've been told, oh, nobody like you has ever done that before. Oh, they're not ready for you. Oh, and this is the one that kills me. Oh, it's going to be a lot of hard work, right? As though we don't like hard work. And here's my response. I don't hear no. I don't hear no. And I urge all the daddy gang, don't hear no.
So right to me. So it's just a sleepy response. Just tired. I don't know how she's supposed to have a little more energy. Trump has more energy than her, frankly.
In interviews, yeah.
Yeah, he sure does. It's a great opportunity to show that, your fucking shit's tight. I mean, get it together, goddammit.
Yeah, and I just, the fact that she actually like, so I want to tell the daddy gang. All right. Sure do. And, I was really disappointed by that interview because if you look at Call Her Daddy social media, you'll see posts like, welcome to Slut Camp. Operation Hold Off on Asking Him. On night one.
Say it all.
Okay. Operation Hold Off on Asking Him to cream pie your pussy night one. Go listen to this week's episode and graduate from Slut Camp like that, come savage as you are. I assume that's the actual. That was sent to me by, again, birthday boy JJ. Now, what I saw when I was first looking for this video, I was looking for the video version of the interview, and she's got a very complicated deal because the video's in one place, the audio's several different, but I found it on Spotify. But when I was looking at YouTube, I saw some descriptions for literally the next video down from Vice President Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Heather McMahon, blowjobs and hall passes. And then you go all the way down to 5 more videos. Katy Perry, narcissist, blowjobs, and red flags. I've watched the entire Call Her Daddy. There's no talk of blowjobs the entire time. And Alex, I want my money back. All right. I am turning in my membership card to the Daddy Gang. I don't want to be a part of the Daddy Gang anymore because there was no blowjob talk. And I would assume that our friends in the chat are equally as upset. So KJ is the only one funding this whole operation today. Is that the way it worked out? All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
I appreciate that. That's all right. Look, we got it out of the way all at once. And I think that Harris and Waltz were also both on 60 Minutes last night. And there's not too much there, but I do want to talk about it. Trump had agreed to be on, and then within the last week, he said he didn't want to be on anymore. According to the reporter on 60 Minutes, that he asked to not be fact-checked. So this is just what the reporter on CBS News says. But he did sit down with our buddy Tim Walz.
With J.D. Vance, you said, I'm a knucklehead at times. And I think you were referring to the time that you said that you were in Hong Kong during the Tiananmen Square unrest when you were not.
Yeah.
Is that kind of misrepresentation, isn't that more than just being a knucklehead?
I think folks know who I am, and I think they know the difference between someone expressing emotion, telling a story, getting a date wrong rather than a pathological liar like Donald Trump.
But I think it comes down to the question of whether you can be trusted to tell the truth.
Yeah, well, I can. I think I can. I will own up to being a knucklehead at times, but the folks closest to me know that I keep my word.
And let's just remind everybody of the debate.
I've become friends with school shooters.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget about that. Yeah. So, look, he sat down and answered questions, which I always give J.D. Vance the credit for when he does that. And look, I'm sure J.D. Vance would have gone on 60 Minutes, but when Trump says we're not doing it, he's obviously not doing it. So he didn't have a strong answer there. But
no. And there isn't a person in America who believes him.
Yeah.
Who believes him.
Right.
And I frankly like him, but there's no doubt he's lying his ass off. There is no doubt.
No doubt. Absolutely.
And I don't care. I don't give a shit that he lied. I just wish he would say, yeah, fuck yeah, I lied.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something? I mean, does that mean you lose the election if you look at America and say, yeah, I was lying there because I was trying to pump up my, how I look in the world. I was making shit up to bolster my resume. Fuck you. I mean, who gives a shit, right?
Honestly, if he was the guy's guy that they pretend he is, he should have been like, yeah, I made that up. I was trying to crush some puss, and I said something that wasn't true. Every guy'd be like, all right, yeah, I get it.
Right.
It's like when Bill Clinton said, I did not have relations with that woman. It's like we saw her, and we're like, oh yeah, I would lie about that.
Right.
Too.
I oftentimes wonder who's pulling the strings with these dumbasses who he knows what's up. He is dying to tell you the truth, but he can't because too many people have their fucking claws into him now. And it's remarkable.
Well, I've been able to boil down the Kamala Harris part of 60 Minutes to one clip, which does pose a question that we ask regularly here on this show.
Surprise people when you said that you are a gun owner, and then if someone came into your
That
house,
was not the first time I've
they would get
talked
shot.
about it. That's not the first time I've talked about it.
So what kind of gun do you own, and when and why did you get it?
I have a Glock, and I've had it for quite some time. And I mean, look, Bill, my background is in law enforcement, and so there you go.
Have you ever fired it?
Yes, of course I have. At a shooting range, yes, of course I have.
All right, so put a pin in that and think about it while we ask the important question.
Extraterrestrials, strange phenomena, missing persons, lost continents, myths, and monsters. We examine these mysteries to determine, are they bullshit or not?
Okay, so there's two parts to this, EZ. Do you think she has a Glock, and has she shot it?
Two of the mining subducts are locked down.
I do.
Systems are running.
I think yes to both.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Well, if I was pretending to have a gun and I was asked the surprise follow-up question, what kind is it? Glock would be, I mean, I guess I could say Smith & Wesson, but I would probably say Glock. And I was a little disappointed that she said I shot it at the firing range. Because if it was like, well, when have you shot it? It's like, I can't tell you that.
Right. I wish you would have said people. I've killed several. I have killed dozens of people.
Yeah, she's like, I might go somewhere with it on January 20th. I don't know. I'm just saying,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people made such a big deal about that. That's like the only, since she has announced running for president.
Yes.
To me, this is, other than a couple of moments, little glimpses of whatever, there's been nothing really to talk about.
Correct.
Other than that. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like she's not really put herself out there.
Yeah.
To the public.
Look, if you want to, you could go check out the entire Call Her Daddy and all of Howard's interview. I do feel like we'll get back into it. You wouldn't have a different feeling than you do right now if you listened to the same 40 minutes of the Howard interview that I did. Yeah.
Even that guy who was interviewing her, he seemed cheeky.
What is your body count? Oh my god, there are more street interviews on the internet than ever, don't you think? It seems like any time I open TikTok because I lack the inner strength, discipline, and willpower to sit quietly with my own thoughts or simply exist for even a fleeting moment without reaching for some kind of constant, distracting external stimulation to fill the void, I see just a flow of these videos of people going up to strangers on the street asking them top-notch questions like, what is your body count? Now that's good stuff. That's definitely content. And the oversaturation of this kind of content is only gonna get worse because of several reasons that I will get into in this very video, because that's what this video's about. Man on the street style shows have existed for a very long time. I've seen many of them in my 35 years on this planet, and they probably existed before as well, but there's no way for me to verify that at all. I started being Canadian at a very young age, since birth if you ask my birth certificate, and that means I've been exposed to Canadian television. Canadian television exposed itself to me when I was a child. And one of the favorite bits that was exposed to me was Rick Mercer's Talking to Americans on This Hour Has 22 Minutes. That's the same show where Nathan Fielder got his start, for any people who care about that kind of thing. And Rick Mercer would go down to the States and talk to people on the street and just play off the fact that a lot of Americans just have absolutely no idea about what's going on in our country.
Congratulations, Canada, on legalizing staplers.
Another popular non-Canadian one is Robert Smigel's Triumph, the Insult Comic Dog, which I was surprised to find out is still going on. There's also been Billy Eichner with Billy on the Street, who had some really fun stuff in that space. I even dabbled in this space myself one time 12 years ago with my friends at Moving Mind Studio. I don't even know what I was trying to accomplish.
What is the most watched episode of Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman?
Who the is Dr. Quinn?
It is a genre of video that satisfies our natural urge to people watch. You know, when you're at an airport or a shopping mall and you're like, whoa, look at that one, and they're looking back at you. Everyone's just glancing at each other out there. But now in recent years with TikTok and Instagram Reels, I think people have realized that not only do these videos perform well, but the bar for entry of making these videos is very low. It's all the way down there. I can't even... Camera doesn't even go all the way down there. All you really need is a smartphone, and if you're feeling extra fancy, you can get a little video light and an external microphone. Those go for like $30 each on Amazon. And in my experience, if you have those last two things, you don't even really have to approach people. They will approach you, because when people see a microphone and a light, they're like... Then they start approaching. Then they start asking, what is this? What are you filming? And then unless you do something horrifying that makes them run away, like, I don't know, doing an Animorph transformation but stopping here at the halfway point, you've got a good shot at getting the interview. Because we're all the main characters in our own stories, so in a way, if you get stopped on the street for an interview, you might be like, this makes sense that they would want to interview the main character. Then it's just up to the content creator what kind of on-the-street thing they're doing. So let's dive into some of those types. Follow me. I'm over here now. One format that I see a lot of is they're kind of quiz shows where nothing actually really happens. If you don't do well in these quiz games, you get nothing and the video ends. But if you do well, then the video ends and you get nothing. The stakes are pretty high because which of the non-things is not gonna happen? These can be pretty funny because sometimes they're focused on the dumb answers that people give, kind of like those bits on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
If you get $1 every single day for an entire year, then how much money do you have at the end?
165.
Yes, that was too easy.
Another format I saw is just asking people to choose between two options and doing that for an extended period of time.
Will Smith or Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel or Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman.
And then eventually the video ends, and these are really good for engagement because in the comments people are like, well, I don't directly agree with those exact choices that were made. When a human person stumbles upon a video such as this, there is a primal urge within us to type out in all caps, I do not fully agree with this person's choice on this subjective thing, and now everybody needs to know. Here's a video of a girl, though, who did win a thing in a street thing. She won an iPhone.
Give you iPhone.
Are you like for real?
I'm serious.
That was pretty cool to see someone win an actual prize, and then she made a video saying that it was fake and she did not win an iPhone. He told her to fake it.
I'm the girl in that video. He was just like, I'm not actually gonna give it to you guys. I'm just gonna you're just gonna act like I gave it to you.
Do people lie on the internet? Another big thing in this format is to just go up to people on the street and ask them personal questions about their lives. You've probably seen these videos where people ask what people are listening to, or what they pay for rent, or what their job is, what their income is, what their name is.
What's your name? 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 What's your name?
In a very people-watchy way. It's super interesting to hear everybody's perspectives and little tidbits of their lives. It's like people watching, plus you get some info. But there's also a part of me that's like, hey, maybe don't be doing that. Because one thing about the internet that I don't know if you guys know, but not everybody is okay on here. Not everybody is stable or safe to be around or the kind of person you want having any information about you. Like, here's this guy coming up to a girl on the street and filming her, and they have a nice little conversation about confidence, but then she also basically doxes herself. She tells him that she's on break from work, and he asks her where she works, and she tells him and points to it. Turns out they're basically right next to it. It's not blocked in the video. I'm the one blocking it right now. You can tell that they're in New York City. You can see the name of the street corner they're on. It's not blurred again in the video. I'm the one doing that. It took me 2.5 seconds on Google Maps to find the exact store where this girl works. If I were a crazy person, I would know exactly where to go in the city to run into this girl. I could just go baby reindeer it and stand at a bus stop across the street from her and wait for her to come by. And for the purposes of this video, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I checked out cheapest flights from Montreal to New York City. I packed my bag and then didn't do that at all because I'm not Joe Goldberg. See, I was doing an internet lie there. I'm trying it out. This video has over 4 million views. There could be some Joe Goldbergs in there, which is a scary thing to think about. And here's the thing, you don't need to answer questions from strangers on the street. You're not legally obligated to do so, contrary to popular belief, it seems. I'm kind of wondering why scammers are even bothering with phishing emails anymore. Just start a TikTok account and head out onto the street with a microphone. What is your social security number and banking password? What verification code did Google just send you when I tried to log into your account? Another very popular form of this video is guys with extreme levels of confidence trying to pick up girls. Trying to rizz girls up, as they say. I know some words. I know some of them. The guys that run these accounts have so much confidence that I don't even think they can recognize when interactions didn't really go well. Here's a guy named Callie the Kid, and just to illustrate this guy's level of confidence, he has multiple edits of himself on his page. You know how confident you have to be to do that? Anyway, here's an interaction of his that he uploaded that I think he thinks went pretty well.
What's the first thing you notice in a guy when he approaches you?
If I'm gonna die or not. Am I gonna be kidnapped? Hopefully you're not gonna kidnap me with a bright light.
Oh, what are you doing Tuesday? Should be perfect. Would you want to skip that for a day in a G-Wagon and a bikini?
No, I gotta go.
No, you don't though.
My Uber.
Yeah, I need Raj. He can wait, let's be honest.
I'll call you back in 2 seconds when I'm in my Uber.
I bet.
Okay, bye.
I'm not sure what the point of uploading that was. She refused his date and said she was going to add him back on Instagram, but I'd be shocked if she did. Also, maybe don't look at your friend and be like, oh, she'd be perfect when you're going up to a girl. I'm no self-proclaimed Riz king. Maybe when you have a lot of Riz, you can use serial killer lines like that. I don't know. Here's another guy so confident he seemingly goes in with no preparation. He likes to do this move where he asks the girl to do a little spin for the camera.
Okay, well, you look fabulous. Can I get a little spin for the camera? Hold this. Wow, no.
She might have refused to spin, but he's ready to go with a question that makes almost no sense.
If Diddy were to throw a party on Mars, what would be the dress code?
Nice. Hit her with another prompt. That'll be good.
What is something you can say in a job interview that you can also say in bed?
So just to be clear, the strategy on these videos is, hey, please spin around and show your butt to my friend who is filming you and then do some light improv with me. Show your butt to a stranger and then let's play Whose Line Is It Anyway? This seems to be a recurring thing for this guy, just asking girls to spin and then have them do improv. This guy's like if a washing machine signed up for the Groundlings. Here's another Riz man who calls himself the Riz God. And admittedly, he gets a lot of numbers, but also I think unintentionally occasionally uploads a self-own.
I need you. It's imperatively important.
You've already stopped me twice.
I've already stopped. When? Bullshit.
Oh, no.
You're telling me that 2 years ago I stopped you, last year I stopped you, and I'm here again.
Yeah.
That says everything about my life.
He's not wrong. That does say everything about his life. It does. She asks for her Instagram and she says he already did that and she didn't give it. He shows his abs. She's still not interested. He had a great time though. I don't really think that interaction went the way he thinks it did though. A cool thing about this guy is that he's now offering a Riz class called The Truth. I'm honestly pretty interested in signing up for it. Not because I want to learn any Riz tricks, because I want to know more about the mentality of this type of guy who at 23 years old goes, I am the king of Riz and I will teach you my ways. As part of his qualifications, he mentions that he's grown from the person that he used to be, referring to himself at 14 years old not knowing what he wanted to do with his life. Hey, that's how every person works. Hey guys, this is something I don't talk about a lot, but when I was 12 years old, I was unemployed, but now I am. Please sign up for my class. He also has this video about how going up to girls is a win-win situation.
Going and approaching a girl is a complete win-win situation. There is nothing at risk, and this is what guys don't seem to understand.
And Chad Kroger's premise here is that if you go up to a girl and she says, yes, she would maybe potentially touch your pee-pee, that is a win. And if she rejects you, well, then you've gained experience and resilience by interrupting a woman on the street and forcing her into a situation where she has to reject a man she does not know and has no idea how he handles rejection. That's a win-win for everyone involved. Well, I used to be a Rizless 8-year-old. Please sign up for my catcalling class. Another incredibly popular form of street interviews is going up to very drunk girls and asking them super personal, often sexual questions.
What is this confession? How many bodies are you catching on spring break? What is your craziest college confession?
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
What is the most watched episode of Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman?
Not to be an old man or anything, but the internet is forever. Maybe don't share this stuff. But when you're intoxicated and walking down the street with your friends having a good time, those thoughts of future impacts of saying extremely detailed sexual things on camera, that's probably not going through your head. Which is why I think the flip side's even worse. Going up to clearly drunk women on the street and asking them these super intimate details about their lives when they're not really in the state of mind to properly think of the ramifications of sharing that. And by ramifications, of course, I mean becoming a millionaire. I cannot talk about street interviews without talking about the Hawk Tua girl.
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tua and spit on that name.
We will look back at that video as a pivotal point in the world of street interviews. There's not much to be said about the Hawk Tua girl that hasn't been said already. I do like that she seemingly used a lot of her newfound fame and fortune to set up some kind of animal charity or something. I saw that her new podcast, Talk Tua, is one of the most popular podcasts in the country, but I'd have to be insane to sit through 4 episodes of Talk Tua. In the first episode, she has Whitney Cummings on, who, God bless her, is trying extremely hard to keep the podcast entertaining and flowing because, well, the Hawk Tua girl doesn't know how to host a podcast, which isn't her fault. She's been famous for like 3 months. She shares a little anecdote about meeting Jake Paul and how he is in real life.
He was exactly what I expected. Like, he lets on like he's an asshole, and that's what I like about him. He owns up to that shit. He knows it.
I really enjoyed that because usually those stories are like, yeah, he seems like a jerk, but he's a sweetie pie in real life. She's like, he seems like a jerk, and he is. He's not a good guy at all. Episode 2 features a constant and nauseating porch swinging motion from her friends, made worse by the fact that I was watching at double speed. A lot of the conversation revolves around the fact that it's crazy that she's famous now. Pretty crazy. In episode 3, a former bachelorette is on, and you know what? A lot of the conversation revolves around the fact that it's crazy that she's famous now. Pretty crazy. She also thought that Jimmy Carter was a porn star.
99 years old, big deal. Is he a porn star?
What?
Most of the show seems to be these girls in their early 20s talking like girls in their early 20s and sharing stories with each other, but not really filling us in.
Wait, you remember those girls in the bathroom at that bar that were telling us that? I was like, what?
For that reason, I sped through episode 4 at lightning speeds. I don't know how sustainable this podcast is going to be, and it wasn't clear why this is performing so well until I realized that the Talk Tua podcast basically has its own Morbius meme effect going on. Like, remember when Morbius came out and every comment section was talking about how Morbius changed their life? People are doing that exact kind of thing with the Talk Tua podcast. Just comment after comment about how the Talk Tua podcast has been a life-changing event for all these people. There's also a whole thing on TikTok where people are pretending to be super into it. So I kind of think whatever the shelf life of that meme is going to be the shelf life of Talk Tua. But despite all that, there is an interesting point she made in the first episode, which is kind of the point I'm trying to make with this whole video.
They're in Nashville still, like, trying to recreate it.
No
like,
one...
there's interviews everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
So the street where she was interviewed is now crawling with people trying to interview each other or trying to get interviewed. And if it's not like that already, I think it's going to be like that on every college campus or every party street in every city in North America. Because who wouldn't want to become insanely rich for pretending to spit on genitals? Now that I'm saying it out loud, I hope the answer is a lot of people. But this whole thing is also going to start influencing how companies try to advertise to you. They were already trying to figure out how to get into this space, but now they're just going to go into overdrive. Here's a clothing brand doing their version of this. Here's a noodle brand. When I was 3 years old, I had no noodles. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm a person who makes a part of my living doing brand deals on the internet. But this format has some sensitive areas. Probably a better way to phrase that. This Ad Age article talks about a marketing agency called Linkia, and they say they've had a lot of demand for this style of content. The key things here that I think they're doing right is that they have a pool of vetted creators, and Linkia itself is going to handle the logistics of the branded shoots, like collecting signed release forms for those appearing in the videos. That's an important thing. I'm speculating here, but I seriously doubt any of these pickup artists or body count TikTokers are going to get these people to sign release forms saying that they are okay okay with being used for promotional campaigns that they'll see no money for. Luckily, branded content hasn't reached these creators yet, except it has, and I'm lying. I'm getting pretty good at it.
What's up, guys? I don't know, it's golden hour, but your skin is glowing right now. What do you think of my skin, though?
Looks amazing.
Flawless?
Hello, I like your skin. Do you like my skin?
It's actually, I use Tiege Hanley. It's like a new skincare system I've been using. You recommend it for, like, guys?
I'm using Tiege. Do you recommend it? Why do you ask if she recommends it?
I mean, when a guy takes care of himself, that's pretty attractive, no? It's hot? Well, I want you for Christmas.
Smooth transition into the pickup. Seamless product integration. No notes. In conclusion, if you take anything from this video, if you see someone on the street with a smartphone and a microphone and a light, you don't have to go into the light. Don't go into the light. Don't go into the light. And if you're thinking of starting one of these interview shows where you go up to women on the street, go for it. It's literally a win-win.
Hi there, hello. Please hit that subscribe button. I am a disembodied head, so you can trust me. You can trust me.
Finally getting somewhere with the mining duct systems. Got the SOS beacon?
No, the launch tubes are sealed. I need a deck administrator's rig to get them open.
The deck admin is Supervisor Dallas. He's on the processing subdeck. I've got rig activity for a Jacob Temple 2 maintenance subdeck. Maybe he left the SOS beacon there. Just hope you can reach it through these malfunctions.
Not malfunctions. Traps. The miner's way of holding the line.
Shit. Okay, I'll unlock the subdeck. Just make sure that beacon's not wired to anything.
Eddie's video came out and they went out of business. I feel like Eddie did have a pretty big say in that, with like the Uber Eats food, like all that shit. A great video, fucking awesome video. But yeah, dude. Then there's Chamberlain comes out, right? The YouTuber food. All right. Now this was pretty crazy, pretty unprecedented. What, a YouTuber can have a restaurant? What the hell? And it came out, it was pretty popular, and then Eddie's video came out and they went out of business. I feel like Eddie did have a pretty big say in that, with like the Uber Eats food, like all that shit. A great video, fucking awesome video. But yeah, dude. Then there's Chamberlain Coffee. Eric has his like pizza stuff. There's like, you know, Ryan Trahan with Joyride. Like all these YouTubers are making food, okay? And me personally, you know, all love to fucking, you know, Emma Chamberlain and Ryan Trahan, right? It's all love, dude. But I just think it's weird. I don't know. It's not something I would do. For, you know, I got into YouTube to start, you know, making videos. I don't want to make people's fucking lunches and shit.
Hey, Liz, it's Jacob. I couldn't reach you. If you find this, I'm off deck, but I'll be right back. Got a call from another survivor. It sounded terrifying. I'm gonna lock up the SOS beacon and go and get him. Best launch window's not for a while. Anyway, and he sounds like he's worth the risk. He's a doctor. Mercer, I think. About time. We caught a fucking break. I love you. Please, be careful around here.
So that's just me personally. But if you want to do that, I'm not criticizing it. You know, it's a good business to start, right? Very competitive, but it's, you know, if that's what you're passionate about, that's awesome. You can do two things. You can be a YouTuber, you can also have a business that sells good food, and I've heard nothing but good things from Ryan's company. It's like, seems very good and smart, you know, healthy. It's good branding and stuff, and Ryan is great. And I've seen good reviews from the Chamberlain shit. I've seen good reviews from Rent and Links, like fucking cereal and shit. So like, it's possible to have a good thing. I'm not trying to like shit on anyone, but me personally, I just wouldn't want to do that. But and that's the thing. Like, I see the appeal. Like, it is fun to sort of do that and make that business, and you can have something of your own. If I were to do that, I never would, but I've toyed with being like, maybe one day I'll have like a wine or something, my own wine, and I'll hire Dwayne The Rock Johnson. No. But no, if I did do that, I probably would just keep it separate from YouTube, because I don't want to, you know, piss where I shit or shit where I piss, or where I eat. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, and it's probably never going to happen. But there's a new one, you know, Feastables came out, and then Prime came out. Or Mr. Beast Burger, sorry, and then Feastables, the chocolate bar, and then Prime came out, the super sugary drink that tastes like ball sack. It literally is I had it once, I hated it. Tasted like shit. Everyone who drinks it and says it's good, they're fucked. But recently, KSI and Logan Paul, the creators of Prime, have teamed up with Jimmy Beast, Mr. Beast. They have teamed up together to make they teamed up to make a competitor to Lunchables, which is pretty bold move. But and first off, I'm gonna draw the line in the sand right now. Lunchables fucking rock. I grew up with Lunchables. They tasted awesome. They're on my rider to this day. I have pizza Lunchables on my rider. So when I do a show, I get to one of the many things on my rider. I get to a venue, I get to a theater, and I got pizza Lunchables in the fridge ready so I can eat them for a little snack because I like them, and they taste nostalgic to me, and you know, have a little dough and some fucking. The only thing I'm not stoked on Lunchables is they don't have the little stick anymore on the pizza ones. They don't have the little red stick that I spread around. It makes it easier to spread the sauce around. But sure, it's good for the environment. But so they made a competitor called Lunchly. Okay, real fucking creative. I've said this before on the podcast. You guys can find it somewhere. Every time there's a company, or a startup or something, they just add a Lee to it, to what the thing is. And I've said this before. I remember saying it right here. Like if you're making a new Maps app, it'll be called Maply or something. Like that's just how it works. So real creative with the fucking branding, dude. Big fucking bubble letters and shit. It is very funny too. Like they made Lunchly as like a competitor to Lunchables. They're like, this is better for you. That was the whole thing. They're like, the food is better for you. I wonder if I could actually find the announce video we could watch together. But their whole thing was like, this is better for you. We're trying to be the new, better Lunchables. And then they just make this exact same fucking recipes, like the same meals. Do something different. We're better for you. Anyways, here's the chips. Here's the chips, chocolate, and prime drink, the sweetest thing on earth. So this is the announced video. They're comparing Lunchly to Lunchables. Let's watch these fuckers.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid. Prime has no sugar added, more electrolyte.
Jesus Christ. Okay, brutal pause by me. Look at these fucking faces, dude. Whoa. You know that meme of the Alvin and the Chipmunks, the three chipmunks, like who's getting the best head? Dude, swap it out with that shit, dude. Who's getting the best head? Logan Paul? Okay, it's not Mr. Beast. I gotta say Mr. Beast. Bro's eyes are rolling back. Okay, so their first claim is there's double the amount of liquid in than Lunchables, which isn't necessarily a good thing. That just means more artificial sweetener. And also, kids are going to be getting up to fucking piss in the middle of class, like, way more.
The amount of liquid. Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes.
Okay, no sugar added, but it's also fake sweetener, so it's, like, probably fucking worse for you. More electrolytes. I guess, yeah. But this probably also means more sodium. I think that's what that means also. So I don't know if that's really the best, but...
More B vitamin.
Crunch Bar.
Whoa.
Feastables Crunch
Yeah!
Bar.
Okay.
Security request retrieved.
So,
Dallas here. Security to the mining deck now. Dr. Kimes lost it. Get back! I know how to use it. He'll live for the rest of his life if you don't give me codes to the cargo bay. This is processing. Why the hell would we have codes for cargo? I must get to the marker. We're running out of time. Give me those codes. Christ, is this what you did to the captain? No, Ben was an accident. Don't you dare compare me to someone like Mercer. I'm trying to save you. The marker's our only hope. No, let him go. He's on. Where the fuck is security?
So there's not really two different. They made a different version of the Crunch Bar, and I'll be honest, I've had both. I've had the Feastables Crunch Bar. I've tried it, and I've had a regular Crunch Bar. Regular Crunch Bar clears every fucking time.
Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese. We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and
Okay, yeah, that's the other thing too. Less calories, but also they're not saying how much food is in it, like how many grams like is in the serving size, right? Like, so it could be less food. You could just say it's less calories, right? Like that's totally a thing you could just say.
less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar. Turkey Stack 'em, 310 calories.
boring. Okay.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients.
Okay, I've actually never had the turkey stack 'em Lunchables, but if that's how the cheese looks, damn, that sucks. I don't remember looking at it like that because I've seen kids eat them before when I was a kid, and they looked like pretty good. Also, one time I had the hot dog Lunchable. I had the hot dog Lunchables when I was a kid, and I got made fun of like really hard. It was the one day, for some reason, we were sharing a lunchroom with the grade above us. I was in grade 4, or no, grade 2, I believe. And we were sharing class with the grade 3s. And to me, if you're a third grader to a second grader, they're so much older. And then, so I was already on edge, and then he saw I was eating a hot dog Lunchable, and the guy was like, "You're fucking eating those, dude? That's disgusting. Those are so gross. How do you eat those?" And then everybody laughed at me. So I was like, all right, never eating those again.
All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Extra. Okay, of course. Oh my god, they like their own product. That's crazy. Okay, so they just go over the fucking things. They taste their fucking chips and shit. They eat the pizza, whatever. But the thing I want to talk about is, like, they're so, like, they're just being such dickheads about everything. Because... Oh, whoa. What the fuck? My fucking tweet... Dude, I swear to God, I had no idea. What the fuck? Dude, my tweet is in this article. On Forbes. What the fuck? Dude, that's so funny. Dude, I had no idea. That is jokes, dude. Okay. Forbes moment. Okay, let's go over this awesome article that is now featuring my tweet. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Wow.
So beefy.
In 2022, KSI and Logan Paul partnered to create the sports drink Prime, while Mr. Beast launched designer chocolate bars, Feastables. The three YouTubers have since banded together to launch a pre-packaged meal, Lunchly, to compete with Lunchables, owned by Kraft Heinz. Lunchly packs contain a bottle of Prime, a Feastables bar, and a variation of food. And then I tweeted and I said, a variation of food is such a funny way to describe this because, you know, it's not really food, it's a variation. But I know what they're trying to say, but it's just like, it's just funny wording. The choice of wording attracted mockery, memes, and criticism from commentators who were unimpressed at the sight of major YouTubers promoting processed food to their highly impressionable army of young fans. Mr. Beast needs to bite the bullet and start selling cigarettes to children, make them bright purple and call them puffables. Very funny. Okay, and then this is what I want to start talking about, because this beef was, like, so stupid.
So beefy.
So what are we at? 42 already? Fucking God, okay. The backlash escalated after Minecraft YouTuber Dan TDM spoke out against the Lunchly launch, asking what happened to YouTubers. What happened to YouTubers, man? I cannot say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. And you know what? I agree. He kind of cooked. He kind of cooked with that, because KSI Logan Paul didn't cook because you had to cook these. They're those pre-made lunches, but yeah, man, it's like no one is subscribing to Mr. Beast because like they love his food, like they love his fucking chocolate bars, right? It's the other way around. They subscribe because they like his videos, and then they try the chocolate bars, and they go, okay, yeah, that's all right. It's a chocolate bar. And, like, Logan Paul doesn't even fucking make YouTube videos anymore. I feel like he doesn't. He's, like, a wrestler. I bet he can't even fucking pick up a grape with his ass. Not my wrestler, all right? Dwayne can. Dan TDM wasn't the only YouTuber to speak out against the Lunchly launch, okay? None of them are passionate about health towards fans, only their wallets. Yeah, that's true. Because if you were, like, if they were actually 100% about the health of kids, you know, maybe they'd put out like a fucking, I don't know, a salad kit. Huh? Ever think about that? A salad kit, a lunch kit that's just salad. That's healthier than whatever that is. Kids aren't gonna fucking eat it. They're not gonna buy it, so you're not gonna make money. But that'd be best for the kids. So it's like, you know what I mean? Yep, okay. So, I want to go down to the responses. So, yeah, everyone is sort of on Dan TDM. Is it TDM or DTM? TDM. Okay, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, KSI push back against the critics. Mr. Beast argued that Lunchy had less calories and more electrolytes. Lunchables sells hundreds of millions. Load. 100 millions. Okay, Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. Is electrolytes in food? I thought it was just drinks that have electrolytes. Am I fucking stupid? Oh, I guess they do. I'm dumb. Okay, obviously eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, but if someone is going to eat a pre-made meal like this, then I think giving them a higher quality version, the same price is good, and why we launched it. Also, we get economy. Also, as we get economies of scale and get things cheaper, we'll be improving the product more and more. Okay. Yeah, and people weren't really happy about that, and then, okay, dude, and this cringe-ass fucking response from Logan Paul, dude. Cringe, dude. So Dan TDM was like, what? Oh, am I following this one? Jesus Christ. Boom. I'll tell you what happened. Okay, so Dan TDM was like, what happened to YouTubers, man? And then Logan Paul quote tweeted, and he's like, I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Dude, I'm picturing him saying this like in a fucking fedora, like in a corner, smoking a cigarette, lights dim. He's under the light of like one lamppost, and he's holding a fedora. He's smoking a little cigarette. So picture that. Hold on, do I got sad music on here? I don't know if I do. And it'd probably get copyrighted, but whatever. No, it'll be funny. It'll be funny. Hold on. It'll be funny. It's gonna be funny. Wait. I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead. But when we create a better version, you're upset? And don't eat it. Fucking goober. You're a tool. Now we want to build businesses. Okay, dorp. I'll tell you. I'll listen. I'm speaking from experience. I'm a YouTuber. I don't want to build a fucking business, okay? I don't want to do that at all. I want to make videos. I want to fucking screw around and make funny videos that I laugh at and that other people laugh at. Kind of like what YouTube is. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. But the fucking building a business, dude? That's not what. Fuck that. Fuck that, dude. Yeah, I got a business meeting about, got this fucking, I get projections and stuff. And then, oh yeah, he got fucking community noted too. Misleading and saying Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead. And that they created a better version implies Lunchly doesn't contain lead. The Ice Pop Prime Hydration found in the turkey stackums also has reports of lead contamination, dude. Dude. Fucking idiot. And then KSI quote tweeted it with some of Dan TDM's merch that he put out with Tube Heroes. I guess it's like an action figure thing with like YouTubers, which is pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I guess Dan TDM had one. He had a U2s, right? And it's like that's and KSI quote tweeted his thing. It was like, looks like crap to me. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure.
I've made sure they can't leave this subdeck, but neither can I. I've seen what they do to the bodies, what they become, and I cannot let that happen to me. At least if I don't have any limbs, and I can't kill anyone when I'm infected. Please tell Dawn and the kids that I love them. One more. Oh. Come on, man. Just one more.
Red changed location. You got it?
I got it. I'll check the maintenance subdeck for Temple's Beacon.
points on the food deck.
They're bringing something in.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
Sure, if that's what you think, but like, kids aren't fucking eating.
That was the marker. Did you?
No. I didn't see anything. I lost Hammond signal again. Just get the SOS speaking. I want off this fucking ship.
Eating them is so much different. It is way different. Making food that kids are gonna eat at lunchtime. Like, that is a way bigger responsibility than like a toy that people are gonna have, or like a collectible thing, right? And the crazy thing is, KSI worked with all of these brands before. According to the community note, not only has KSI worked with them before, the CEO of U2's got his start by managing the Sidemen and was an executive producer on the YouTube Red Show. Just admitting that because if he's saying that like the Dan TDM U2's is crap, then he's saying that his thing is also crap. So KSI is like, yeah, I've put out crap before, but not this time. Not this time. Like, what the fuck? Fucking idiot, dude. And then he just keeps fucking... And KSI keeps... I watched his video. He made like a response video about like people siding with Dan TDM, and he was like so fucked. Like he was like coping like so big, dude. And his entire comment section was like, "Yeah, you're an idiot." So I don't know, man. It's just so annoying to like make this stupid product that everybody's like, "Why'd you do this?" And then they're like, "Fucking, you're dumb." Like, what do you think was gonna happen, dude? Right in the middle of Mr. Beast going through all this fucking crap too. All that drama about him, like, he's getting like sued, right? He's getting like sued for like poor treatment on his fucking show. And then he's like, don't worry about all that. Okay? Eat my pizza. Eat my pizza and chips and turkey. Eat my meat. Eat my meat and crackers and cheese. I'm just a YouTube guy. I'm just a little YouTube boy. You know what? I'll buy Lunchly if you start putting some fucking grapes in there, dude. And then I'm gonna call up my boy Dwayne, get some fucking tequila shots, and we're gonna have a great night. Okay? Okay. Fucking awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. That about does it for this episode. But we're going to keep on rocking and rolling over on the bonus. Okay? So go to patreon.com/veryreallygood. Join the Patreon.
And laughy and silly.
By the way, did you hear the 3 very obvious edits in that Tim Walz clip? There where where the audio just changes because it's like they cut out a lot of stuff.
No, I didn't pick up on it.
That's all right. I don't want to go back to it because you know what we do have to do before we get out of here.
Home of the hourly triple play.
WATB, who are these sportscasters? Just listen and find out who are these sportscasters.
So there's all kinds of levels of breaking news that happen before this show starts. In the sports world, the big news was that the New York Jets fired their head coach, Robert Saleh, which everyone suspect was the handiwork of their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Multiple tweets I saw that said replace him with RFK Jr. Various versions of that. But the best take on it, I saw this just this morning. Stephen A. Smith on First Take on ESPN shares a text he got.
And Dynamite, he didn't give me permission to review, was big-time Hollywood comedian. Text me, writes this quote. Woody Johnson is Donald Sterling without the racism. The Jets are a horrible organization. They have the oldest quarterback in the league and are shocked he's playing like it. Damn.
Eddie Murphy got hot takes, boy.
I do like that guy who, I don't know who that is. He's like, Eddie Murphy's got hot takes. So he's saying that whoever this is, this mystery person, says that Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, is Donald Sterling, who Hulu did an entire miniseries about. Yeah, the Clippers. Just without the racism. They're not well-run organizations.
No. And that's good. I'm glad. Makes me happy because I've never been a fan of Rodgers, and if he's on a shitty team, I'm happy.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, not anybody in Michigan is going to be a fan of him. So it's been a really exciting baseball playoffs, and in general, we've got some tremendous calls. We have a couple that we're going to share, but this being this show, I would like to share a less than stellar call from ESPN's broadcast of a Tigers-Astros game last week before the Astros were eliminated with Michael Kay, who has shown up on the show a few times. He's got the call here. Let's see if our audio audience can figure out what's happening in this play.
Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for Abanez.
Okay, so there's 2 things there. If you're watching this and they have that angle, you don't know if the ball is fair. He's there in the ballpark, so he could say it, and it is bases clearing. It's great. It's a very
Well,
exciting moment.
didn't the ump point to fair?
Yeah, I guess that they weren't sure, but the call stood, but the announcer call was very, and he clearly doesn't know the player's name. That's what really makes it. Abanez.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah. Well, I do have a couple more clips of your Tigers, who had another tremendous moment yesterday. And I want to share just the joy in being a local announcer. This is the radio broadcast of the Detroit Tigers, a game that was a pitcher's duel. 0-0 heading into the ninth. A couple guys get on, though.
2-2, Sweeney takes off, fly ball, right field. This one's deep. Going back is Brennan. He's looking up, and it's gone! Oh, man! Kerry Carpenter with 2 outs in the ninth. A 3-run bomb, and the Tigers take the lead 3-0.
Whenever the mic starts to like really distort out like that, that's when it's really coming down.
It's so funny you say that, because that's exactly the point I was going to make. I knew that you would, of course, latch onto that. When you don't care about the red line of your mic level because you're so excited.
It's pegged.
Yeah, so that's obviously a very exciting moment. That division series, just like all of them, tied 1-1. And I thought it might be fun to hear the Guardians call of that. And the guy who does the Guardians radio does a fine, it's not too homery of a call. But he says something right before that pitch that made me laugh. So that's why I'm sharing the same pitch, the same at bat from the Guardians radio.
Any of you scheduled for a stress test tomorrow, you've probably passed it. You can cancel it. Boy, this game's been. The 2-2, runner goes. Pitch hit high, hit deep to right. This ball is on its way to the seats. A 3-run home run for Carpenter to right.
So it's because he says, I didn't edit that. He just says, well, if you were going to take a stress test tomorrow, I guess you don't need it.
You don't. You're fine. You can handle anything. Oh, fuck.
So I had the realization of something, and I was going to text you and Carl, but I thought that it would be fun to just point this out on the show. Obviously, you don't want to put the cart before the horse, as they say. The Tigers have an amazing story, as we talked about last week. Was a 0.02% chance of making the playoffs on August 11th. So, in the scenario where the Detroit Tigers reach the World Series, Eric, do you know what the first day of the World Series is?
It would have to be one of our shows, right?
October 25th, when the Magic Bag is sold out in Ferndale, Michigan. I do believe they would be playing on the road because the record of all the national teams.
You know what? People who support Who Are These Podcasts, these are losers. These people don't follow.
Whoa! You know what? You go.
Oh my God! Oh, come on! I'm kidding. I'm just
These
saying
are my people.
They would be least likely. I've seen these people. Okay, they don't follow the Tigers. They follow Who Are These Podcasts. They don't look like sports fans.
I don't know that anybody that'll be at the Magic Bag wouldn't have a vested interest in the Tigers and the Lions.
They don't even know who the Tigers are.
All right.
They don't even know. We're 10 miles away from the stadium. They have no idea who the Tigers are.
Okay. I will make sure to pull this clip and send it to Carl to play when you guys are at the Magic Bag on October 25th. Hopefully trying to offer counter programming to Game 1 of the World Series with the Detroit Tigers.
Yes. Besides, those people are poor. They can't afford those goddamn Tiger tickets. Give me a fucking break.
Well, the Magic Bag was priced much more affordably.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Carl knows this. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I do not concur. I do not concur on that. All right. So look, I know that this show features a lot of New York Mets propaganda, but I do have a phenomenal call from Mets radio broadcaster Howie Rose, and it's because of the situation. So this wild card series that probably people only casually follow baseball didn't know about. It's a 3-game series. That game, much like this Tigers game we just talked about, nothing going into the 8th. Milwaukee, 2 solo home runs. All right, so they're up 2-0 on the Mets as you head into the 9th inning, and this is the game that decides this series. They were tied 1-1. So whoever wins this game goes on to the next round, and the Mets do get a couple of people on against Milwaukee's elite closer. His name's Devin Williams, who they had seen the day before. So the Mets get 2 men on, and coming to the plate is Mets first baseman Pete Alonso, who has hit like garbage for the last month, mostly strikeouts. But then longtime Met fan Howie Rose, who does the radio, has what people have told me is a stellar call, and I agree.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Pretty well hit. Freeland back at the wall. He jumps. It's gone. He did it. He did it. Pete Alonso with the most memorable home run of his career. Pumps his fist as he rounds second. It's a 3-run homer. He's given the Mets a 3-2 lead. They all pour out of the dugout. Alonso on his way to home plate. They're waiting for him. He hits the plate. He is first congratulated by Nimmo.
So, and there's the manager for the Brewers. That's why I wanted to stop. Yeah. So it was a very exciting moment, and as I always say on this show, and I did send this to Easy because it just I loved it so much. Everything sounds better in Spanish.
Viene el lanzamiento. Batazo grande elevado por la parte derecha. La bola va atrás. Sigue atrás. Lleva color. Lleva sabor. Home run. Hasta la vista, baby.
I do love Hasta la Vista, baby.
Se ha puesto el partido. Los Mex están arriba. Rebelión de última hora.
Do you notice the microphone that they give to the Spanish announcers, though? It's like all tinny.
It's just one of those little ones that you clip on, but you're holding it up to your mouth.
It's the My First Sony microphone.
Yes, Mr. Microphone or something like
Right,
that.
exactly.
Oh, they are so much better than us at
Oh, my
everything.
Yes.
I don't know why people want to deport them. We need more of those people. Everything's exciting in Spanish.
Everything is exciting. Oh, was there a super chat?
Do you want to save that for the end?
Yeah, let's save it for the end. I will finish up in a moment. So as happy as I was for the Mets, we featured Bob Uecker a few weeks ago. This call from Bob Uecker, just acknowledging the end of the Brewers season, can only make you a little melancholy. And we'll finish up after this.
Well, New York down. They did it. And the crew will have it end here tonight.
Really a crushing end to what was a fabulous season for the Milwaukee Brewers.
I'm telling you, that one had some sting on it.
You get the other guy being like, yeah, but it was a great season. He's like, that was That's one of the most crushing losses in the history of this franchise.
Is it his 90s?
He is in his 90s, yeah. And you hear it, but I love that he still does it.
But he's still pretty tight.
Yeah.
Still pretty tight.
You want to hear tight? Listen, after that moment where I paused it.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball has been brought to you in part.
He just goes right into the ad read.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's Brewers.
I can hear the. You're starting to get that thing going, which happens when you're like dying. Yeah. So, it's called the death whistle. I didn't know if you knew it was called that. That's absolutely
no,
true.
I actually didn't know that.
No, it's not. I'm making that up. But anyway, he's got a whistle.
He does have the whistle. But neither Easy nor I have a death whistle, and we'll be back. We'll be back next Tuesday at the usual time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Until then, Easy, let people know where they can find you.
Well, you can check out my podcast. I do it Monday through Friday. live on Twitch. Just search Eric Zane Live on Twitch, all one word, and there I am. It's 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It starts. It goes for 2 hours, and the audio of that show is available after that wherever you download podcasts. Okay,
And,
that's it.
And make sure to go to whoarethese.com. You can find the phone number. Leave us a message. Please say it's for WATB and become a YouTube member or join the Patreon. You'll get 2 bonus episodes every single month and watch live WATP recordings on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I've got my personal podcast, The Blackcast, BLADTCAST. Friday, we're doing an episode about the new Joker movie, where my guests will include the great Adam Husey, the H-Man Hughes. Husey will be on with us.
That's the Irish guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would be saying that Joker is possibly the worst movie I've ever seen. Except yesterday, I saw Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis, which is the worst movie I've ever seen, and I'll be doing a Blackcast about that tomorrow. So look for those shows at the Blackcast, BLADTCAST. So in addition to our sign-off, I see a couple of other things. Tim McDonough has been a member for 2 months. The house next door to me was sold to Black Bears. So
Can you explain to me what a member, what is that?
Sure.
How does that work?
So if you understand Patreon, because I believe you have one of those, it's like you become a member of the YouTube channel. It's just another way to support the shows you like. So yeah, so sometimes during our show, people will give away gifted membership, so you get it for a month.
Okay.
Timothy McDonough has been a member of the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel.
He pays for that.
2 months.
He pays for that.
He pays for it, and each month you get basically a free super chat.
Oh.
So yeah, and
Thank you.
JFK Headchunk says, thanks, gents. And interestingly, Greg Williams gives us the sign off. He has his listed as a sign off. So KJ is the winner. So following the rules, I'm going to read hers, but then I'll also read Greg Williams for the first time. Like Steel Toe, I can change the rules in the moment if it suits me. Because we're only reading it for the first time. So that is all the time we have for now. I'm Christian Blatt, reminding you that every mic is a hot mic. And KJ hears she missed some hijinks by Eric Zane the past few weeks. It is JJ's birthday. Please sit back down, Eric. It is JJ's birthday. Give him a shout. Everybody give JJ a shout. And make sure you find him on social media. He's got a different account right now. But our actual sign-off from Greg Williams. Well, if you didn't learn anything useful today, blame the world, not us. We just report the nonsense.
Welcome to Sad Boys, podcast about feelings and other things also. I'm Jarvis's friend, Jordan.
A rare, it's like a shiny podcast.
Is it allowed?
When Jordan does the intro, it's like it's the rare event.
Is that okay?
And wait, hold on. Howdy. My name's Jerben.
Harder than it looks, ain't it, pal?
Yeah, I gotta give you credit. Credit where credit's due.
Look, when the sniper never misses, you think the rifle's easy,
Right, that's true, that's true.
Montage of me fucking it up. Jordan.
How you doing, bud?
Oh man, I should have texted you about it, because I was thinking in the car over, doing pretty good, wee bit drowsy, had a couple goals I've been working on, been doing takeout and stuff.
Okay, are these Jarvis Johnson goals?
These are it's something of a Jarvis Johnson goal.
There we go.
I absolutely love what I get to do. I love my job. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's very
sounds like a compliment sandwich.
Grand old time. You're ugly.
Okay, yeah, okay. Finally, we got to brass tacks.
And then, for all the thing, the reason I mentioned the takeout thing is it's the first goal I've set in a while that I'm kind of doing. And it feels like progress, and that's encouraging. And we've talked about that in the past, where it's not really what you do, but achieving a tiny little thing to get out of a depression slump is always kind of effective.
Huge for momentum.
Even taking a tiny walk,
Yeah.
But when it's regular, you get to look at a pattern. And so I was in the car, and I'm
it's the foothold that can build those.
Yeah. It was seeing a little bit of foundation was putting me in a good mood, because coming up on some tricky anniversaries and blah, blah, blah. And I was in the car and I'm like, I'm in a pretty good mood. Oh, today I get to talk about, and then I realized the thing I really want to talk about. I can't because we published the show. And I have to talk. And you have an appointment after this.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you. So as I say, I love what I get to do. The one downside
That makes
is
sense.
when we hang out, sometimes I can't talk about something because it has to be on the show, and sometimes I can't talk about something because it
That's
can't
really
be on the
funny.
show.
I do think it's good that there's like a little bit of a separation of church and state. Like, it's nice that there is a ban list, so to speak, of like certain topics, which there is additional Magic the Gathering drama. And for those of you who don't know, we have had a regular free Patreon podcast episode.
Oh my god. I can't believe you're here.
I thought I'd never see you again. I'm gonna get us home. There's an SOS beacon nearby. We can call for help.
The beacon, right. They locked it in the workshop, but my clearance can get us in this way.
Podcast called Our Magic Moment.
A bonus episode.
It's a bonus. It's
this one's
free over on our
stuff.
Patreon, patreon.com/sadboys. That will always be free, but there's also some paid content there, like our Patreon podcast, Sad Boys Nights.
But we do this so we can vent Magic stuff in its
Yeah.
uncontained
But
world.
also, it's free. It's away from the YouTube algorithm, which scares me. And I like that we also can provide value for the community that's there, because it's also a little community hub. You know, not to be confused with YouTube's community hubs, which they just announced and they're going to be launching. So I'm curious to see how that fits into what we're doing. Yeah. Anyway,
there's drama in
the Magic the Gathering community. So we talked about in the Magic moment, we talked about the bans that shook Commander,
changed the world.
Yeah. So this
summer,
the update is actually due to horrible things. So basically, the worst possible people in the community who happen to like the game.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like the worst guy you know
The
might
Reddit
have a
core
hobby you like.
style, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The worst guy you know has a strong command 7 out of 10 power commander.
Yeah. And so people were harassed.
There's so much I need to tell you.
I know. We'll have time. I promise. Let's get you that beacon. spot's open. I've never seen you at work. You're a surgeon with that thing.
I got your back. Okay. How do I reach you?
No, focus on launching that SOS beacon. There's maintenance ducts everywhere. I'll catch up.
You see any more? You hide, okay?
Cross my heart. I love you, Isaac. You can do this. You'll put things back the way they were. And make us whole again.
Members of the rules committee who are responsible for the ban list for commander.
And this is Magic the Gathering is, you know, it's like an important thing that people, it's worth harassing people about.
Right,
It's like a normal thing to do.
Right, because it's a game, but like if you die in the game, you die in real life. So people like feel very personally connected.
Right, yeah.
So
Sometimes I
personal
watch,
that
like
they're
Coco Melon, this ruins the lore. Or now I'm
threatening the
pissed.
human safety of members on the rules committee.
Of course.
So the recent update, which is another earth-shattering event has occurred, where Wizards of the Coast has taken over for the rules committee.
Oh, wow.
So now Wizards is going to govern Commander.
They annexed the
which is going to be a whole thing. I don't want to open that can of worms, but maybe we'll talk about it on our next Magic Moment.
But because we're time boxed, we can't Magic Moment today.
We can't Magic Moment right now. So
we've done this show for so long, and we have talked about it off the show, but there is like it's like Jarvis, it's my friend, but he's my co-host. Like, what is the, if I'm talking about like Sad Boys, someone asked me about the show.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I do it with my friend Jarvis.
Yeah.
We work together.
I know what you mean.
We did used to work together at a different company, but we don't.
Yeah.
We're friends first.
For me, I think it's we're friends last. We're business first.
Big Show while
I'm all about the Benjamins. I do that. I do that as well. Like I'll say, oh my co-host. Well, I mean my friend
also,
because it's also like because I almost feel like when I say my friend, it almost in a professional context diminishes your independence as a
right.
You know what I mean? Like as a creator in your own right. My little buddy, my little man.
I'm okay.
But yeah, so that's something that's fun to navigate. But it's nice to have different topics that we can or can't talk about.
I'm good. I got the SOS beacon. Nicole helped me out.
Nicole's there.
We got separated. She'll find her way back.
She's a trooper, huh?
I'm heading back to the mining control room. I'll launch the beacon. You watch out for Nicole.
Assuming the system doesn't fizzle out again. Stay sharp.
About how am I doing?
What's up?
I am doing fine.
No.
Okay. I'm doing bad. No, I actually I am doing fine. Like somewhere in the middle. I am getting some momentum with one of my habits that I'm trying to build, which is going on walks during a lot of my meetings.
Respect.
I've been doing a lot of treadmill walking.
But it broke.
and then it's back.
Oh, and it's gone again.
And it's ooh.
It's walking away. It learned.
No, wait, how to do that? He's like, after 10,000 miles, I walk now.
Who's the treadmill? He's walking on
walking
you.
on me? Yeah. Walk all over me, dude.
Sorry.
How do you like this incline? I'm like,
why do I like this?
But I've also kind of been having these like swings sometimes where that same day I was like feeling really bad and I needed to go to, this is gonna come around into a funny story. I was feeling really down to the dumps, but at like 3 p.m.
Okay.
And at 5 p.m. I was supposed to leave to go record a podcast. The podcast, for those of you who are familiar with my podcast guest history, it was Guilty Pleasures podcast where we're going to be talking about High School Musical 3. I hadn't rewatched High School Musical 3 yet in a long time. I knew the movie pretty well, and I have a storied history with the movie and the music, so it was going to come naturally to me even if I couldn't watch the movie, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to put my best foot forward here while I'm feeling like a sad sack.
We haven't been to the dojo for a while, but you are black belt. You know?
I did rent the movie on YouTube, and out of curiosity, I was like, do you have playback options when you rent a movie on YouTube? Turns out yes, and I did watch High School Musical 3 at 2x speed.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it was a religious experience. Yeah, it was partly because...
It was like going to gospel church for the first time. You're like, whoa, this is way better.
I have a problem with music where I feel the music too much, and it can like derail me. I like start wanting to sing along and dance along and like get into it. And I was like, I need to do business right now. So listening to it at 2x was my way of like, when the song started, I didn't feel the urge to like lock in on the music.
Oh,
Because I just needed to pay attention to the plot, because the music is not the issue. Like I've never forgotten those songs. I knew those songs before I even talk about this on the podcast. But I pirated the soundtrack to High School Musical 3. It leaked before the movie came out, and I went to the premiere of the movie knowing all of the songs. Like that's the type of shit I'm on.
You're shaking in your...
That's the type of shit I've been on. Okay?
You're shaking in your chair, trying not to sing and reveal that you've seen it before.
Oh, dude, I didn't even let it go.
Oh, new songs.
But
I did. When you said fine, I do think it is like there is a cavity in language a little bit. I feel like where fine doesn't give, it's not like a spectrum. It doesn't give you the space to have had a bad 3 p.m. but a good 5 p.m.
Yeah, I like literally, I feel a little bit, I'm trying to stabilize that like wavering kind of point of the spectrum of like good to bad, and like fine is where I'm landing, but it's a little volatile because it's like at the beginning of the day I can be good, and at the end of the day I can be bad.
Net, I think 70% plus good, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
It could have had a really bad 30. But if I spent most of the time feeling not just neutral, but like, hey, I'm having like a nice ass.
Right. And so, been doing, so that was fun. And then I texted Zach, and, Zach being the absolute mensch that he is, he calls me and he's like, hey, I'm actually not feeling amazing myself. Maybe we should reschedule. And I was like, are you sure? Because I will rally. And
I'll watch it on 3x speed if you need me.
I will turn it up, dude. I will get my head in the game. We're all in this together. Okay, we can work this out.
That gives me an idea.
And I've got the music in me. You know what I'm saying? We ended up postponing, and so sending my good vibes to Zach, who's always been a real one.
That's like that truly is like seeing someone do a front flip, where they just go like, yeah, I'm actually expressing the kind of space I am in right now to you, and not withholding for because I think it's healthy to actually express how I'm doing, and I think we should adapt. And I see that and I'm like, nice. No, I'm not, no way.
It's tough because in doing that, I was like saying it as, it's like we've been friends for a few years now, and I was saying it as, I was like, full disclosure, I'm going through it right now, but I think I literally texted him, much like the Wildcats, I will rebound.
You're going at 2x.
Yeah.
You're speeding.
And no, I have had some experiences recently where, a friend, we were like meeting up, and then they texted me that they may need to reschedule, and they were feeling bad about it. And like the best gift I can give is like to relinquish them from any of the guilt.
Yes.
Because it's like, I am there a lot.
But then swap the scenario and you're like, I am a bad guy.
Right, and I am the worst guy.
Why would anyone be supporting me in this?
Right,
What are
right.
you, weak?
Exactly. So other than that...
Do you ever feel that with you and me? Do you ever worry about that? Not that we end up canceling much, but like...
No. I think now there's like... Now it's been a time, so I don't think about it in the same way that I do with... No, I know you'll understand. Because we've had so much practice in that sort of interaction, if that makes sense.
I think it's like, at a certain point, it's almost like there's only so much you can do, only so much trust and respect that you can pay someone in the way that you communicate it before it is... it's a tango. It's like two to tango. It's like I can express myself and be sincere and say like, hey, I'm not doing well. And then at a certain point, I love you and I respect you and I care about your well-being, and I'm going to unconditionally be like, I don't think... I know that this does not reflect on Jarvis's level of care. Yeah. In fact, it tells me that how you're feeling is at the level of severity.
We've kind of released ourselves from those binds, and so it's a bit of a tango unchained, so to speak.
How so?
Hey.
Ooh. He's hopping around. He's doing
You'll
flips.
never defeat me.
What? I don't want to fight you, man. Oh, good. Okay, let's do the podcast.
So,
reveal.
Oh yeah, I guess we should do the reveal. So, Anastasia is dead, out this week, and physically out, still with us, in a better place, but
elsewhere,
still with us, alive.
In a sense, in our hearts.
In a sense, in our hearts, and in our
world,
minds, and in the world.
Sure, in a casket.
But she's very far away.
But she's very far away.
6 feet down.
She's in Mexico. And so we're joined by the intern today.
T.I.
Hey.
T.I. is here. Would you want to stick with the intern, capital T, capital I, or do you want like Ty? Ty.
Do I want Ty?
T. Rapidly shaking your head.
I mean, the intern is fun. I feel like it's a little mysterious. I like the capital T, capital I.
And yeah, and we play into that, and you're more than welcome to, if you ever want to reveal your identity. We want to let people know it's not a thing we're doing where we're diminishing your personhood by calling you.
Yeah, no. This is something I chose. This is something.
The path.
Me watching High School Musical 3 at 2x speed. This is something I chose.
This is for the
This is something I did to myself.
Yeah. Well, you and the team have prepared something for us today.
We have.
Which we will... I don't know if we want to get into it now or get into it a little bit.
I don't think we'll do it.
One tiny thing I wanted to get to. This was something I had in our agenda for last week, but we just had so much that we didn't get to it.
That chat, huh?
No. Oh. It's Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. The caption here is, "This is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life."
Charmed life.
Yeah, charmed life.
Have they not watched Joker? Pretty sad.
And I want to take issue with this.
Well, this is for audio folks only. What was the name again?
Chris Kirkpatrick.
This is Christopher Patrick, I guess former member of NSYNC, technically, if it's not.
Yeah, well, no, active member, because they actually have been performing recently.
But they doing his job, performing, doing
I think they're doing a tour with like O-Town and some other members of boy bands, and they perform each other's songs.
That's fun.
I think it's fun. And as someone who like grew up on NSYNC, like, relax, everybody. I think there's nothing sad about.
What's the implication? Sad. What is that?
Yeah, what is sad?
It looks good. Like,
there's a crowd of people being entertained by this.
Whoa.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Whoa,
now they're defending themselves.
Dude, first thing anyone does, semantics. As soon as they get called out, they're like, yeah, but the grammar.
Yeah.
Someone replies, "We all age." So I guess that's the.
People are like, the economy is rough. I guarantee these people are wealthy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool to have like I, for example, entered a lottery to go to this concert in LA before the world tour was ruined and Justin Timberlake had his DUI.
This is gonna ruin the tour.
See, love this collaboration of cringe featuring Dead Inside. Twitter is broken and people are just what's the word? They are tortured and sad.
Busted.
Yeah, like, but then you realize how sad it is to just be in the replies responding to everybody, because this is how you choose to spend your time.
Not sad,
and
by the
I
way.
can look at that and say, this is the most pathetic thing
Posting
I've ever
is
seen,
the saddest thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, it is truly. I feel like my life improved when I stopped posting as much on the internet.
It is a one-to-one between the number of posts I'm making and my well-being.
Yeah, I think this is cool. And also, I was recently, Cutie Cinderella invited me to her Icons karaoke concert.
Saddest thing I've ever seen, actually.
where a bunch of streamers and myself all dressed up as, you know, icons, you know, your Elvises, your Joan Jetts, your Creeds of the world.
Donald J.
And
a true icon.
I dressed up as like an old school Justin Timberlake, wearing a bandana.
I didn't know what when you posted it on your story initially, I didn't know that was happening, and so I thought, is he just getting ready for Halloween? Like, is this a test run?
Hey, maybe I bring it back. I performed Bye Bye Bye, and I did learn some of the Bye 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 choreography right before I headed over.
2x speed.
2x speed, of course. Yeah, I know, they're the same picture. And I had a great time. Seemed like people enjoyed. I was really torn about whether or not I should do the dance or if I should just focus on singing, because let me tell you, hard to sing and dance.
Yeah, it's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah. Saddest thing is when I can't hit the notes because I'm panting.
I don't know. I mean, no. The implication is like, well, because he's old. It's like sad. His cardio is phenomenal. He's still dancing and singing.
Jordan, you know when you discover a game and then you force all of your friends to play it with you and you won't shut up about it and you talk about it all the time, even on your podcast?
Under threat, under duress, you make them do it, yeah.
Well, that's exactly what it's like when you discover that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan.
No threat needed. I'm in.
People are saying that $15 a month for wireless is a great deal. Who's saying it? And with Mint 15/Sadboys.
Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/sadboys.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower, above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. People are so upset with the concept of aging.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're not allowed to age and be in public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I saw someone tweet Kevin Durant, and it was a photo of Kevin Durant, and they were like, this guy really 36 with no kids and no wife. So sad.
Damn, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
And I'm like, this man is worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Millionaire beloved retired basketballer that was in a great movie.
Yeah, he's beloved. He's still playing basketball at 36, which is like rare.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's still great.
I thought he was just in Uncut Gems and never did anything else.
Oh no, sorry. Did I say Kevin Garnett? I meant Kevin Durant.
No, you did say Kevin Durant.
Oh, okay, Kevin Garnett was in Uncut Gems.
Well, he sucks.
But no, Kevin Garnett has a podcast now, and some could say that that's the saddest thing they've ever seen.
And they'd be right. And we're old.
Yeah, if you're
what's
old
the cutoff point?
with the podcast, then people just tweet like a screenshot of us and go, these guys should just fucking die.
Jesus, what a
like,
waste.
Let them go, dude. There's nothing left for them to live for.
Rogan's 50 years old. This is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
This is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Economy, he must be broke.
But anyway, the videos of me singing and dancing are out there. I will not be sharing them. But
it's a secret.
But shout out to Cutie for inviting me, putting on a great event. And shout out to Chris Kirkpatrick, notably the voice of Chip Skylark in Fairly Odd Parents.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
A voice?
Yeah, he was a voice. Not the voice.
The show?
Yeah, his chair was turned the other way around.
He has an extra chair. He's in the audience.
Yeah, he's sobbing in a throne.
This is so sensitive.
It's not on an axis. I can't turn it. He's facing away from the stage. And he's like, let me around.
Someone new guest on or new judge on The Voice is like, where are they? Where's that coming from? I mean, we joke about it offhand occasionally, and I know it's not something that like we dwell on particularly, but like, where's your head at like aging? I know there's some optics are like, wow, 30 and over is better than your code. But then you get there and you realize it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I still hate the concept. Give it a bad review.
Yeah, really.
I'm still like learning to love it. But I think it's just because I'm in an industry that really, just hates the concept of people aging.
Yeah, he's scared by it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
he's 30,
and then as dude,
what?
I remember just like Twitch chat being in disbelief and shit like that. It's like chill.
Dude, what do you believe? So we're not tall and we're not 30. What are we allowed to be?
Yeah.
What's true? We're white also.
Yeah, I have confirmed. But yeah, so that's that. And the last thing I want to discuss, we're gonna save for Patreon because it's a little personal. But I went to, speaking of putting yourself out there.
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I don't know.
Speaking of something you went to.
Holy shit, my mic has been muted? Oh my god, I'm fucking... oh. Oh my god, I want to kill myself. Oh my god, I feel so fucking retarded. Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid. Well, at least I noticed it now instead of never.
Testing the speakers on StreamYard.
God damn it.
So yeah, I was turning around and
So fucking upset that I just...
I said, like, I go
man, I'm so dumb.
Right? And then I was like,
I'm just talking, and nothing goes through.
Yeah, dude, they were not waiting for me to move. I barely made it. They were gonna fucking plow right through.
And it wasn't just RPD either. There were state troopers involved too. I was like, whoa, this is a fucking big deal.
Yeah, so
what's going on?
I'm guessing it was a chase.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
obviously the guy went down the wrong way trying to get away from the cops. What's going on, Adam?
Testing.
What's happening? Not too much, buddy. Good to see you.
Testing.
Great to see you.
Okay,
Thanks
that
for
sounds
being
good.
here. Cover today, but I'm gonna try to move quickly.
My audio level's good. Yep. Okay.
That's his thing. Try to move quickly and get you
Put
out
that
of here.
there, and I'll lower it.
I'm
good.
What are we promoting
ready
for
to
you
go
today,
live.
Oh, I want to promote that
record again, and we have a music video for it that I star in that drops today at 2 o'clock. So I'll send you the link to that. I also had some other stuff I wanted to mention. I've been checking
it's
out.
2 o'clock now, depending on where you are.
Okay. So when
Plug
I
it.
say from in your intro, should I say anything specifically, or should I just say it?
Oh, whatever you like. I don't care.
Well,
A buddy is the highest compliment. To be
okay,
a
well,
buddy.
there you go.
That's
I didn't
the
know if
best.
you want to be.
Yeah. He doesn't call me that.
And you've made it.
Promote your web series.
It's like
or
when
something. I don't
Johnny
know.
calls you over to the.
You can call him the
so
couch.
dumb.
All right. Let's go.
In fact, check this out, Adam. Ready for this?
All right, got my virtual
That's
cam
right.
on.
You're on the top row now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is all happening
Made
so
it.
fast.
It's all happening. All right. Very good. Producer Chris, you're in place.
Yeah.
I wonder where I haven't thought in my mind where I want to start with this show yet. There's so much. All right. Yeah, I think
So I just gotta do one thing then.
Hit a drop. Are we recording?
Oh yeah, let's make sure things are working.
Turn that off.
Bloody ass. Can I get a little sympathy?
That is a good song. Can't deny that. All right. Your board's working, right?
Masturbate.
Sure is. All right, let's go live. Live
okay,
on
cool.
YouTube.
Hang with the friends of Discord.
Live in Discord.
Record Lover wants to know, how much KY do you think Woke Dad has in his art studio?
Less than Diddy, but not a ton.
Maybe I could see the art studio this week.
A half a Diddy worth.
Half a Diddy. Very good, sir.
You definitely need to ask him where this art studio is. I need to know.
Yeah, I heard you have
I was talking about it with Drew yesterday. Like, a certain producer friend of mine might be visiting his coffee place.
Yeah, weather provider.
Wow. Right now it's raining outside here in western New York. Very ominous, considering what's happening to half of the Dabbleverse right now. We'll get into it.
Weather coming up.
Weather on the nines. The noins. All right. Everything sounds good. Everyone can hear everything. I'm not going to get complaints from people halfway through, am I? Complain now. There'll be no complaining later. We won't allow it.
Okay.
All right.
I love your confidence coming
Just
into
to make
this.
sure my shit doesn't sound like garbage when I do a self-recording real quick. All right.
I want to do a little
obviously
job.
there's a lot being played at the moment.
Episode 560.
Are you a boner guy?
Oh, I was a boner guy.
You know what? I miss penis.
What are you talking about?
Might have to turn down my own earphones because they're a
Is it
little
going to
loud.
be absolutely riveting? Is it going to change your life by any stretch? Probably not, but it's going to be at least entertaining.
Entertaining.
Okay?
By the way, for
Wait,
those people that are in the back,
remember to shut the fuck up.
Cuz. Cuz-a-roo. Cuz-a-roo.
Slap-a-rooney.
it's showtime.
WATP.
Yeah, that's way too loud in my ear.
WATP.
Hello, Rubbernecks and Cousin-Roos, and welcome to another episode of Who Are These Podcasts, the only show you need for coverage of Hurricane Milton killing off half the Dabbleverse. I'm your host, Carl. With me today, the man who has promised to introduce me to Ellison Hannigan in exchange for quarterly appearances on this show. It's Adam Bush. What's happening, Adam?
Not gonna happen. Great to see you.
And also with us, producer Chris.
Hey.
Please go to whoarethese.com. That's where you get our email address, voicemail number, link to our subreddit, link to our Discord server, link to our merchandise, link to our YouTube channel, and link to Patreon and Supercast, featuring 2 exclusive bonus episodes every single month. That's how you support the show. We appreciate that.
35,000.
Giving back 2 bonus episodes. We don't
Jeez,
just
what do you
beg
think, I'm
for money.
rich?
We give you something in return. You can also become a member on YouTube. We post all of the live shows on the community tab, and we post the bonus shows on there as well. Tickets for the Magic Bag October 25th are sold out, but if you're coming to Detroit, if you live in Detroit, if you need to get rid of tickets, if you need to get tickets, please go to our Discord channel. Discord link is on whoarethese.com, and the channel is called WATP Meetup, and you can do the swap shop thing in there. We encourage our listeners to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and chill over us in the comment section today. We'll be reviewing a show called Brooke and Jeffrey. This is a suggestion from somewhere. I'm sorry. I don't remember who sent this in, but Adam and I both listened separately. We've not discussed it with each other beforehand. Let's get into it. It's a show hosted by Brooke, Young, Jeffrey, Jose, and Alexis. And they're out of Seattle. They're a morning show. And they're a different kind of morning show, according to their website, which is refreshing. Finally, something that's a different kind of morning show. Brooke and Jeffrey features conversation on the latest happenings in pop culture and entertainment, hilarious skits, and listener interaction. And aren't all those things true, Adam?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the hilarious skits part was kind of a stretch, but if you say that all those things are true, then I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to start off with this guy, Jeffrey. Because Jeffrey is a musician. He's very proud of his talents. And why not? When you can come up with hilarious parody songs like he can. He does a song of the week every single week. And this is one of the latest ones that he's put out. Did you check out his music, Adam?
I did. He comes up with one joke and then he hammers that home for 4.5 minutes straight. It never,
All right.
ever
That's a
changes.
radio guy for you.
All right, let's see. Let's see what he's up to with this one.
Second dates go up now on our social media too.
And this next point I'm going to bring up, our producer told me don't say it.
Oh.
Because it sounds cringe.
So you're gonna say it?
But I'm going to say it because on TikTok, we are the fastest growing radio station in the country.
Yeah.
We're talking hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers and like thousands more being added each day. It's kind of crazy.
And I think
it must be really good content. That I'll have to check out this TikTok in a little bit, see what kind of stuff they're putting up there. It's getting all these hundreds of thousands of people checking it out.
It's crazy about it too. Like we're like number 2 for the most follows for shows, but we don't have celebrities.
No.
Like everybody else, all the other morning programs have celebrities that push those numbers.
It must just be talent, then. It must just be really talented people doing very entertaining things.
We're growers, not showers.
Yeah, something's wrong with the algorithm or something. And I know for our digital...
I want to point out the guy who just said we're growers, not showers, that's Jose. Jose, I don't know if this is in his contract or not, but he has to have the microphone very far away from his face. And when you're listening to just the audio of this, you know when Jose is talking because you can barely hear him. He also cackles throughout the episode. I thought Kamala Harris was their guest on this show. Listen for this. Okay, that's actually Salacious Crumb, Jabba the Hutt's sidekick, but it's very similar to that.
Producer, what keeps him up at night are the swirling rumors.
Why is his face
that
just
TikTok
constantly bleeding?
might get banned.
Oh, yeah.
China owns it. Politicians don't trust it. They want to get rid of it. It's like, of course, the one we're most successful at. That's the one they're like, nope, shut it down.
Maybe we're causing that.
It could be.
It's also fun to say we're big on the offshore.
It's just a
social
texture
media.
on his face.
Yeah. The domestic stuff we're terrible at.
You guys,
international one.
black market of radio shows.
Yeah.
We are.
That's our niche.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, the site has become so popular. Has it gotten too big to
That
get
is
rid
so
of now?
weird.
I think
I
it
hope
is.
so.
There's
I don't
so
know.
many
I
people
don't
that
think
make
that's a
living off of
thing.
it.
Did you want to wait for Jose to stop his point before you got in there, Brooke, on this one?
Just pull the mic away from him.
It's like somebody told Jose that they're not allowed to have silence on this show ever. So if there is even a threatening silence, you must jump in with a sound. And unfortunately, he runs out of sounds within the first minute. So his laughter and guffaws turns into like animal guttural noises and just weird like shmoop. Like you don't know what he's saying or doing back there or what it has to do with anything, but it's always at a 10.
And everyone
Very
is
weird,
way
very
too
weird.
engaged in the conversation at all times. Like even Kino Casino's like, calm down. It's not that exciting what we're talking about, but they have an energy going and everyone's all in on it.
Average number of daily views that they get is well over 1 billion now.
Crazy.
And it's not just like silly dance videos anymore. People use it for everything, for entertainment and
Yeah, we know what TikTok
tutorials,
is.
or just venting about rude people at the Waffle House where you work.
Which
It's
full
going.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So much content from those Waffle Houses.
And it just so happens this month is TikTok's 8-year anniversary.
Well, then we should definitely celebrate that. The yes-anding on this program is spot on. I will give them credit for this. Unlike improv troops, they don't drive something into the ground. They just keep it moving. Like, oh yeah, TikTok's great. Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's the best. Oh, 8 years? Wow, that's great. Okay.
So help me
It's
out.
easy when everything is amazing.
It is.
Every
It makes
single
it a lot
thing is
easier,
amazing.
right.
It's very easy.
Does TikTok really help a radio show? It's just audio? I mean, I know it'll gain in some sort of popularity, but does it really translate?
Dude, you're asking me? I have 6 followers on TikTok.
I know.
I have no idea what that would do for me.
But
if
you know
I
why I'm
built
puzzled
up.
about this, right?
Well, what happens is, and Adam might actually have some experience with this.
Please.
Because he works in entertainment, and I've worked in media agencies, and you always tell every company, especially if you're in entertainment industry, you gotta have a social media presence. Sure. It's so important. They're like, okay, but why? Well, that's where people are watching and stuff. Do we make any money on that platform? Not a dime. Not a penny. But we gotta be there, we gotta have a presence. I remember being in meetings years and years ago where someone's trying to pitch the client that they need to have a Facebook presence, they need to have this many followers, and I'm always just like, why? They sell a beverage and convenience store, so they really need a crazy Facebook presence. Maybe they do. What do I know?
It really matters.
So
in every medium, you have to have a strong social media presence, including a TikTok. And for some reason, whatever station hires them, if they were to get fired, them bringing their show to another station would actually be a lot easier if they have this TikTok audience ready to go. Because they can sell that to advertisers and say, here are these people, here's where they are. It's not just localized to whatever state they're in, it's global. There's people listening in Brazil. You can sell your products to all of them. It actually really does matter.
The problem is, though, is that social media is always owned by the station. They make it an important point to say, like, here's your Twitter account. You built up 20,000 followers. When you get fired, that's our Twitter account, actually. You don't get to take that with you. I know. That happened to my buddy Drew. But it happens to all these people.
Which is great because on TikTok, they get around that because the radio shows TikTok will never be popular, but their individual profiles will be. And they'll be able to transfer that to wherever they go. And I promise you, they each have their own TikTok, and he has the most followers, she has the second most, and it goes on like that. Everyone hates Jose, though.
No shit. That's a good point because I noticed on their website, they have the links to all their social media except for TikTok. It's like, they keep talking about TikTok, they don't have a link to TikTok.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is because they're personal and they own it.
Okay.
Just like you said.
All right, that makes sense.
They need
The force
to
gun's
sing
pretty.
about it before they unplug
All the guns
those
are much
US
bigger in this
servers
game.
forever.
Well, I mean,
Like
it makes
the
sense. It
contact
was
being
Musically
big.
before it was TikTok.
That's
so
right.
let's-
So that's why instead of doing the Disney song from Lion King, Hakuna Matata, it's young Jeffrey.
No way! I wish you guys were more like this. Kevin Brennan complains everyone agrees with me all the time. It's nowhere near this fucking level.
No, it's not.
Consumer TikTok. So please follow us at Brooke and Jeffrey
The irony
while
of
the
this
page
goes
is still active.
viral on TikTok, though.
Will-
Like, people are going to be hearing about TikTok on TikTok.
I want to sing along, Jeff. I love this song.
Let's see. I'll point when I'm ready. Here we go. Consumer TikToker. Till my eyes are in pain.
Yes.
See Karens go gaga. Getting kicked off a plane. I rewatched 30 videos of Mudane. It's a comedy. Cacophony. So view a TikToker.
Did you say TikToker?
Yeah, it's an app senators use to vet.
So he pre-records all these other voices, like the harmonies on there, and this little conversation back and forth. So he's just going along with this.
China.
What's a vet China?
Oh, well, you can see one of those if you go to OnlyFans. But look, TikTok is a haven of video entertainment and life hacks.
Jose thought that vagina joke was pretty funny. I didn't see you laughing, producer Chris. Okay. Just saying.
Why?
This is pretty bad.
It taught me to mow
Oh, wait.
a lawn.
Speaking of fake laughter, I've got Rob Saul's laugh on my board as directed. And I've used it twice, and it's just washed
Yeah, you didn't even know.
Yeah.
You didn't even know there was Rob
There's
Saul
so
in
much
the
fake
studio.
laughing
It's the
going
same
on.
shit.
And how to put makeup on.
Weird algorithm.
I know. You can watch street performers with the voices of Silk or a baby kitten slipping in a puddle of milk. Some political
I
post.
hate that too. Whenever it's brought up dogs or cats or anything cute, Brooke's over there and Alexa's, that reminds me of a cute dog I saw. Does it?
Can offend for sure. But I still leave a like cause I'm so demure. And oh, the stage.
No way, it's a May.
Cut into it, it's K.
All right, let me skip. Sorry, I've played so much of this. Let me skip to the end. Let's see how they celebrate this amazing song that he put together.
I think that this needs to play at the next government.
It's all bad, none of it's
whatever
good.
they do, where they get together and they talk about
Insurrection.
it. The panel. No.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, kind of like Jose's idea.
Yeah, it'll lull all of the lawmakers to sleep.
They'll
and
be
just,
dancing
yes,
in the seas.
We'll see. Enjoy TikTok while it's still around, hopefully.
Wow, they're all over the place. We should play that at the government thing that they do because it'll lull them all to sleep. The other guy's like, they'll be dancing all over. Like, okay, what's happening with this music?
And now I can't get over how far away from the mic Jose is, but now I know why.
It's bothering the fuck out of me because I was listening
Can you
before I was
imagine,
watching.
Like being out with Jose at a bar and listening to him talk to you about the special sauce he brings to the show and how indescribable his
Yes.
talents are. You just gotta see it.
He seems to be very excited about what he's doing. Maybe he goes home and beats the dog. I don't know. Because you can't be this excited about everything all the time. But let's talk about, there's a lot of different bits, a lot of staples on this show. Of course, one of the big ones that we'll definitely be getting into is the second date. They have Battle of the Tinder dates. They have the loser line. Actually, let's get to that because this is on their TikTok. They play these super fake voicemails. And Ed, I'm interested from you what you think is real and what's not real on this show.
I had a real hard time figuring it out.
Yeah. Because some of the stuff you're like, okay, that might be a real caller, or that might be a real thing. And then the other stuff is just like, oh, there's such bad acting.
Yeah.
This is a super fake voicemail on their loser line.
Oh my God, Brian. Guess what TV show I'm watching right now? West Philadelphia, born and raised. We're in a playground with... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just... This me and my ex, we used to, like, hook up to that show in high school. And I don't know. I guess I still miss him. You know, like...
Lamau.
But I was thinking, like, maybe, like, if you and me hang out, then maybe if we watch that show, then maybe we can make, like, new, happier memories to it. So, yeah. Will you be my Carlton?
Next message. That's supposed to be a voicemail somebody sent in that was left to them. It's bad acting. It's poorly written.
And they have their own tagline.
Yes. They have their tagline.
It's laden with pauses for them to react to.
Good point. Yes. We're going to need a second and a half here. Probably 2 seconds here. Jose's going to like that a lot. Let's give that 2.5 seconds. Right. Let's watch out another popular TikTok. There's no wonder they have hundreds of thousands of TikTok followers. Bought and paid because it's so impressive.
I'm chilling at my house the other day when I hear from outside a woman's blood-curdling scream.
Oh no! Wait, neighbors aren't even close, are they?
No, it made me freeze. Like, what was that? I look out my window. In my driveway is an Amazon truck, and the screams are coming from inside of it.
Oh no! Go help her!
It's loud too. Like, help! God, please help me!
What? Is she crushed?
So I'm free.
I swear to God, if I was telling you a story and you were reacting to every sentence I said, I'd be okay. Shut the fuck up. Let me just finish my story, and
What a
then
fucked
we'll
up
look
little
and answer any
creature.
questions you might have. We'll address those at the end.
We're on the same page here.
This is insane.
Freaking out. Like, what do I do?
Yeah, run out there.
Well, I walk out there.
What?
Because I'm nervous about what I'm going to find. Like, is it an animal attack? Like, something has hopped into the truck? Because there's a lot of wildlife out.
Get to the car, Jess.
I don't know what's going on.
You have the worst fight or flight responses ever.
Well, I have to look out for me, too.
He's like, fight or flight.
So I go up and I knock on the side of the truck
What?
like,
She's yelling for help.
I'm like, hello, are you okay? And the back door opens and the woman is physically fine. Okay. Nothing's going on inside the truck.
Oh, thank God. I really was worried about that. I didn't know where that was going. And then I remember this is a show for middle-aged women, and I realized that she's going to be... Okay.
Her face is bright red, though.
Why? What's happening?
She yells, "It's my 3rd day on the job, and I can't find your freaking package!" And lets out this huge, like...
You don't think this happened, Chris?
This did not happen.
It looks like you're not believing the story if it happened. If I had to guess.
From inside his house, he heard a blood-curdling scream from inside of Amazon.
Right. Sounded like bloody murder. So he walks out. And she's still screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fired.
So I'm like...
That poor woman.
I'm like, okay, so you're good? And she doesn't say anything, so I go back into my house.
I like how Jose's like, I was so scared. Do you really think you'd come to the radio show and be like, yes, I witnessed a murder in my driveway yesterday. You guys want to hear this story?
I think Jose was scared. I think he's like that spaz kid from the Boogered Up show.
You think so?
Just everything is like, yeah!
My adrenaline is pumping. She never gets my package to the door. Drives off at some point. I assume to either like drive it into a lake or quit her job. Maybe she'll come back though. I don't know. It just seemed like.
You see how he keeps looking down? This is the problem with their TikTok. You can tell he's reading the story. This is all scripted, which I would have thought anyway, but he's literally looking at his copy as he's going through the story. So then I never got my package, and I'm not sure if she's going to come back tomorrow and bring it, or maybe someone else will take her place on this route and they'll bring it.
I wish Brooke would trip him up and be like, so what'd you order?
Right, yeah, no, that would never happen. They can't have a real conversation.
Box?
More Amazon boxes.
Maybe a bad match, career-wise.
Well, it's tough on her 3rd day she gets sent to that address.
Yeah.
I mean, I never
That's
thought.
not even the point of the story. She couldn't find the box in the back of the truck. She found the house.
Nope.
I mean, you guys knew about the story ahead of time. I figured you'd come up with something better than that.
Like how they pack those trucks to be able to get the packages out. It's like, what if yours is in the bottom left corner? You're screwed. Yes.
So I don't know where my gas canister is or whatever it was that she was delivering, but rough day for her.
Is that funny?
I need for my generator.
Because Jeffrey said it. What aren't you understanding about this, producer Chris? When Jeffrey says something, Jose loses his fucking mind. The funniest thing ever.
Never been able to yes.
Someday.
No, but
This definitely appeals to someone. This is definitely, there's a group of people that hear this and they go, yup, this feels right. This is good. And I know that for a fact because I have the exact opposite experience. The second I hear that energy level, I am out. So I know it appeals to people who, you know, kind of suffer from certain kind of mental illness where if the talking stops outside of them, they're left with the voices in their head and they cannot have that. So I need constant energy, positivity yelling at me 24/7 so that those voices don't get to me.
I'd love to interview a listener to the show and just say, like, what were some of your favorite bits from this morning's episode? Well, you know, what did you enjoy about Brooke and Jeffrey today? What stories did they tell? I have no idea. It's on. People are giggling. I don't know.
It's a whole vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe. I'm smiling while it's
I
happening.
have trouble following the stories, and I'm paying attention very closely.
Right.
And it's not for people who are listening very closely. It is ASMR for a specific type of person.
No one else has a homework assignment of figuring out what they're talking about except for us this week. So let's skip over to yesterday morning's show and how the episode started off.
And now, did you know 56% of people have a cat or a dog as a pet?
Aww. 56.
What? 56.
Yes.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. It's early.
And it's
I know.
Literally was like, you say 60.
Not fish either. Cat or dog.
Still, did you know a percentage of people own a house pet? The answer is yeah. It's not surprising at all.
Yeah, they don't care about the percentage.
You're right.
You could just say pet.
Wow! That's so
See?
cute. It's amazing. All right,
Just go rough.
so this is them setting up a trivia bit that they do. So Brooke competes with callers on trivia. This is probably real. It's pretty easy to pull off, so I'd imagine that it is.
God damn, it just
Listen
looks
to this
so
setup.
good.
Listen to how convoluted this is to get there.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Man, music artists have the coolest names now.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Sure, you could go by just Tyler. But
Okay.
Tyler, the creator?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's got max yeet swag. You Riz?
Okay.
Don't say that, Jeff, ever again.
Try to say.
Yeah.
So swaggy.
No.
And, like, okay, you could call yourself just Megan.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Megan the Stallion?
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Dang, you're you in that Sigma drip. Tough.
No.
I hate when you do that.
It's so hard for Alexis
So,
to
you know
hear
what?
you.
I think we need to
No,
try
he's not.
and finally make Brooke cool.
Oh,
And
okay.
give her a sweet nickname.
Ooh,
I'm thinking-
Batty Brooke. What do you think about that?
Well, that doesn't really say a lot about you. I'm thinking Brooke the Trivia Titan. Or Brooke the Question Cougar. Oh, damn. It's giving Skibbity Flex, no sus.
See, and then he loses it.
I don't think even Skibbity is good. I think Skibbity is bad.
It's perfect. So
Okay.
who wants to play
It's perfect.
the reigning Question Cougar herself in the brand new...
Not a cougar.
It's Beat Brooke. She about to slay up a pay up. Yeet on
okay.
it.
Shut the fuck up, asswipe, and suck my cock.
Yeah. Also, you're a cougar if we say you're a cougar.
That is awful to listen to. Those names were put a little more effort into that if you
A
want to.
little.
Yeah. Think you want to take another couple minutes to figure something out? It's fine. We'll wait. So that's to set up this trivia thing with a caller, and that's boring. And then they have another segment called the Masked Speaker. You've heard of the Masked Singer. This is the Masked Speaker. This is the teaser for it.
If you've ever babysat before, you know there's a lot of things that could possibly go wrong.
Yes.
They finger paint the entire living room.
Oh, no.
They refuse to eat their meal.
Oh my God. What about locking you out of the house? That happened to me once.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah, yes.
At least they're in the house.
Yeah, I guess.
It's better than playing hide and seek in the park and then forgetting to go find them.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Well-
God, I should have done that.
It's too quiet in this house.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
One woman was left traumatized, though, by the sweet little girl that she was nannying for years ago. Even though she was just a little baby, what this tiny child did freaked her out so much, it got her to quit babysitting forever. And nobody has believed that this is 100% real. You're going to hear the story in a brand new Masked Speaker coming up right after this.
Well, I'm going to be lingering longer then, if that's the case, because I need to hear this. This sounds amazing. Did you never babysat again?
Is there a goal that I can donate to? Because I would like to give some money so I can
Yes.
guarantee to hear this story.
If you want to hear this story, it's in overtime. So let's hear the Masked Speaker stinger.
You don't know me.
Confession I can't take back.
I am.
The Masked Speaker.
What's dumb about this is a lot of things, but what's really dumb about this is that it's just a random caller. No one's gonna know who this is. It's not like they're confessing to murdering their husband 6 years ago and getting away with it. It's just like these dumb stories. They're like, I don't want anyone to know. Just use my, say I'm Shannon. Okay, maybe you are Shannon. Seattle, there's a lot of Shannons. No one's gonna fucking know or care. But are you ready for this story, Adam? That you have to change your voice for? All right, this woman. This woman was. I need a little more energy from you. A little more yes anding. A little more. Whoop, whoop, let's go. All right, now you're talking. This woman had to change her voice and her name in order to tell this crazy story.
One time we were in the kitchen, and she ate a little slice of chocolate cake, and when she finished eating it, you know, I could tell she definitely wanted more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump in there. Probably the mother's not happy with your nanny skills if you're feeding the kid chocolate cake, but okay.
Cool babysitter, though.
Yeah.
So being a good nanny, I told her no.
Okay. No second slice of cake.
So she immediately looked really, really angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she just stared at me with this intense stare.
Oh.
What? Wait, it wasn't crying, but it was just staring? That is wild for a baby.
Well, I mean, at 9 months, they can sit up, they can crawl,
Can
they're
they get middle
communicating, they're
fingers?
doing like sign language. or
Sometimes they have therapy already, and they've learned how to internalize all of their thoughts.
So there's a baby therapist.
Yes.
They know the power of a death glare.
That's right. So, wow. This is an advanced child that you're working with, Shannon.
And then, like about a second after this crazy intense stare, I hear a loud clink. from the cupboard.
Will you do the sound
I'm
effect again?
going to say that was the least scary sound. There's something's moving in the cupboard. I can't tell.
Oh, okay.
So I hear that noise. I go look inside. The top plate had cracked completely in half.
Oh my gosh!
What?
That is wild.
Is it wild?
Yeah, Jose said so. I pulled a drop from later on in the show that I think perfectly summarized what we just heard.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to step back. I think we're jumping in too much.
No.
It's like they can't even get to the story part of the story. And they're like, whoa, chocolate cake! I heard of chocolate cake. You have chocolate cake. It's delicious. I like vanilla. I like vanilla too. I like them both. Sometimes I'll have a slice of chocolate and vanilla next to each other. I'll mix them both. Like, whatever. This woman's trying to tell a boring story. Let her get it out, please.
Did you hear about the new function that AI does where you ask it a topic and it'll like create a podcast for you to listen to about that topic?
Or you can feed it another show and it'll summarize it for you and give you like
Yeah, exactly.
a long podcast. Yep.
But in the form of a podcast, it'll
Yes.
like create. That's what this feels like. It feels like they all have 6 fingers when they on their hands. Like they mention all the buzzwords and
Why
say
does this keep
none
funning?
of them correctly. He dropped all of that kid slang, said none of it well. He had every reference from Moodang to Kamala in that song, but said nothing funny with it and had nothing to communicate. It just feels like AI ASMR for troubled people.
Maybe that's why their TikTok exists, to prove that there's actually people talking into microphones while you're hearing this. Because you're right, when you listen to it, you're just like, well, this is what a computer would think a morning radio show would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that Jose guy is a thing. Like James Brown had a number 2 that always like repeated everything he said. Van Mars and Sam Cooke. There's, Ed McMahon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But there is an art to it. It's not just, he's like Homer running on the floor in a circle.
That would be better, actually.
So there's more to this story, guys. I don't want to say just like this baby looked over at this nanny and then a plate cracked. It's crazier than that. You ready?
Wait, there was more than one incident than the plate?
Oh, yes, there's more.
No way.
What else?
About a week after this plate incident, baby got angry again, and my cell phone went flying off the table.
Oh my god.
You didn't download the
Okay,
iFly app, did you?
I take back Jack. I'm going to a different character. 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh.
And the baby's nose bleed after.
Oh my god.
Dude, this is wild.
I mean, keep telling me that. Maybe I'll start to believe it.
What did Jose riff with? You didn't order the
iFly app?
Do you order apps? Is there an iFly app?
Do the letter I start before anything anymore?
Is he trying to get fired?
I'll see myself out. Thank you. All right. Well, the second date
Tier 4
update
looks good.
is the one of their signature bits. If you go on their YouTube page, you see these on there. And I think you were checking out the one that was probably from late last week with Caleb. Did you check out the one with Caleb?
I don't remember the name, but was it the she shows up to the restaurant late?
Oh no, okay. So this
Which one's
this guy, he buys a television off of Craigslist, and the television was previously used as a menu at Arby's, so all the Arby's menu items are bled in on it. And so he's like pissed, and he tries to get his money back, but the guy blocks him, so then he takes it to the dump, and at the dump he meets a girl. And this girl
Tales all this time, yeah.
This is not made up, guys, obviously. This is all very real. So, Caleb, this is what I call loser meets girl.
We went out just for a couple of drinks,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, she is so cool. Well, basically the first person I met in real life in like the last decade.
Okay, that makes sense. Again, talking about AI, it's the first person I met in real life in the last decade. Like, okay, well, people still meet each other in real life, so let's fix that bug. Let's get that cleared up in the software. Now,
Who has to take their TV to a dump?
I mean, there are ways you're supposed to get rid of electronics. I don't know if a dump is the place. Probably. I don't know. I just want to pile up in the guest room.
Oh,
so.
it's this guy.
But trust me, if I knew where to take old appliances, my wife would be sending me there.
Okay, fair.
All right, so now they have a hilarious joke about meeting a girl at a dump.
Did you reach over and take the smudged dirt off of her face in the middle of the landfill?
Added his own because he's also with the
Yeah.
Wait a second, that's not dirt.
Is that a diaper you were holding?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, this is getting more romantic.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here, guys.
Let's just call Rebecca for you. Yeah, because we could go all day with this. I'm just gonna dial her number right now.
I gotta say, I just
All
realized
right.
Jose comes home exhausted. The mental energy it must take to talk up every single thing that's happening on the show and act like it's the most incredible thing you've ever heard.
Where's the
Those
manual
photos
release?
Of, like, clowns after work. And
Yes. It's like that. I think it's like it was like commercial with the mascots. The fucking mascot.
Fucking
takes his
ridiculous,
fucking
man.
walk with this.
Mickey holding his head, smoking a cigarette.
Right. That's what this guy's life is. He's probably just shooting up immediately when he gets home. Fuck. Just need to numb myself until tomorrow morning. All right. So the point is that the couple goes on a date, and then either the guy or the girl will call.
That's
in
my
and say,
last health pack,
and then
right?
they don't want to do a second date. Can you help me out? So then the radio show's going to call the person who doesn't want to have the second date. Be like, we'll pay for it if you want to go on a second date. But they try to figure out first why this person doesn't want to go on a second date. Now, I have to tell you, I believe, I'm pretty sure, these are voice actors. So this isn't a real person in real life, thank God. This woman's voice is so fucking annoying. I wouldn't be able to hang out with her for 5 minutes.
Oh my God,
You
I'm
laughed.
dying to hear your like meet cute story.
Well, we're pretty sure we know the
Not that annoying person's voice. That's Brooke, the host. You're gonna hear the annoying voice coming up in a moment.
story, Brooke, because
I know we
I'm gonna
know
keep
the
the
story, but I want to
stasis.
hear what she thought when she saw him at the dump. Like that's so unexpected.
I actually really liked him. He seemed so interesting and
Okay, when you were at the dump or when you guys were at drinks, he was so interesting.
like both places. Like
Okay, we don't need to. We don't need. We don't need to.
interesting, and then
Fuck.
I was like, I don't really go out with men that I meet at the dump, but
well, that's refreshing. Thank God.
Open the damn door!
But let's just back things up.
I don't think it's a real person that they're talking to right there. Jose cackling in the background.
She's acting. Jose has Tourette's and she's acting.
Yes. Okay. All right. We're on the same page here. All right. So this is where the fireworks happen. Whenever you're doing a bit like this, whether it's War of the Roses or the second date update, you need to have a part where the two people are both on the show together having a conversation.
So, and it also explains why he was having such a hard time on the dating apps. He has a terrible profile.
Yeah, I don't match with anyone that just serious answers. I like the funny.
Excuse me, my profile is not horrible.
Oh. Wait, that's the insult that you...
Okay. Well, Caleb was supposed to wait, but I guess I need to tell you, Rebecca, that's Caleb on the other line. He's been listening to this conversation.
What a not boring thing to do.
Well, yeah, he's assertive.
wow. You know,
Come on, what?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but
I don't understand. How are you worried about my profile when we went out on like 1.5 dates? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure I understand what's going on here.
Yeah, no one understands what's going on here. I'm demanding a rewrite on this. Can we punch the script up a little bit, somebody? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. So let's get to the end of this segment. Let's see the exciting conclusion.
All right, we're running out of time here, so at this point, I just have to offer Rebecca, we'll send you out one more time with Caleb, and we'll pay for the date.
God, I'm having such a hard time with that. pet
Just don't look at his profile before you answer. Just go off of what's in your heart right now.
Like his Insta looks like.
I can't get over it. I just can't get over it.
I don't have enough money for a health pack.
The dating app screwed me. I didn't even meet you on the dating app.
I think you need to go delete that profile, buddy.
You just need to live at the dump from now on.
Uh-huh.
So a match was not made today, guys. I know. Very funny. What was the one you heard, Adam? What was the scenario there?
It was very similar. I believed it in the beginning, but then when they get them together, it becomes very clear that this is acting.
Kinesis damage.
And it's
Wow.
frustrating because it feels like AI. accidentally subversive sometimes, like when they were talking about government meetings and that guy was like, the insurrection!
Yeah, right.
That was a little intense. And this whole bit they're doing, it sounds like a regular radio bit, but it's actually like, okay, women, have you rejected a man because you didn't feel comfortable or safe? Well, call us up. We're going to have you tell your story why he secretly listens on the other line, and then we're going to shove him in your face so you two can work it out in person. That person you made a very clear boundary with and made a decision I don't want to see again. We're going to trick you and then have you confront them, and maybe you'll get a t-shirt at the end. What the fuck is that? They have another bit where they call schools. Oh, no, they call
go on
parents
Fiverr.
whose kids are at school.
I have that
and they're
coming
like,
up. Yeah.
okay, great. Because this stuff sounds cute, but it's actually like, you're calling me to tell me something about my kid in preschool? That's not real. Get the fuck off the line. Leave me alone. You're clearly not a parent. What are you doing?
Also, I don't believe this is real because I don't know about you, but I get phone calls from random numbers a lot. So I've set up my phone that it doesn't even vibrate if I get a call from an unknown number. I'll look and see like, oh, I got a call from an unknown number. Okay, whatever. Who's answering their phone when a rando calls up? Hey, what's going on? What can I help you?
I don't
with
answer
today?
my phone. It's you.
I know. That's the point I'm trying to make.
And sometimes they have random like Saturday Night Live-esque accents, like Fernando, Billy Crystal, and the person's just like, huh? How can I help you? That's clearly a bit. Nobody calls you up like, hello. Please be your child is in danger.
That's like the Jerky Boys element of it.
Yeah.
That's the thing that Todd Pettengill used to do too. He's like, hey, listen here, Jerky. You're like, whoa. Wait, this has already been done. Way better than what you're doing. Why are you doing this right now? So here is an example of what you were just talking about. And they call this phone tap. It's funny because the phone tap segments are also up on their YouTube page, but they don't show the video of it. Because this is all pre-recorded and edited, and then they just hit play when they're on the radio show. So someone on the comments wrote, how come there's no video component? And I just responded, because it's fake, retard. That's why. I like it. But here's an example. So this woman, I guess, they might be a lead into this, but yeah, this woman drops off her kid at daycare, and this is the phone call.
Fuck you.
It's time for your phone tap, and we've learned our lesson when we prank moms calling from their school to say something weird happened with their kid. It took us a while, but after the third
chapter
evacuation,
8.
we realized we have to take a different angle on this. That's why instead we call a woman whose kid is currently in daycare, and we press a whole different set of buttons in your phone tap right now.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Darla Speakeasy from Little Daycare. Is this Tanya?
Yes.
That's the other thing Todd Pettengill would always do, too. It's always going to be a wacky day. I'm Darla Speakeasy. Isn't that wacky? No one has last name Speakeasy, but I do.
You know your daughter Penelope goes here, right?
Well, yeah.
Sorry, it just took you a long time to answer, so I thought maybe you forgot.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize your name when it came up. I don't think we've ever met.
Oh, I'm the new owner.
Was that just like a jump scare for
So
fun?
I'm calling to let you know we had to use Penelope's
Speakeasy's
extra outfit today
daycare.
from her cubby. We changed her, so just make sure to bring something else with you when you come pick her up. Okay?
Like she's not sick or anything, is she?
No, nothing like that. She just came in a Notre Dame t-shirt. Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Did you not hear me? She was wearing a Notre Dame shirt.
Yeah. I dressed her. I know what she was wearing. I'm wondering why she had to change.
You're joking, right?
No. Why does it matter that she was wearing a Notre Dame shirt?
My family has a rich history with USC. You know, the Trojans, fight on. And it's not okay to wear that kind of trash around here.
Wait, just,
So listen, it's taken you a while to catch up. I'm just going to let you know that we got her out of that hideous thing.
Okay,
Oh,
are you-
God, it put me in a better mood.
There is someone in their car thinking that this is a real prank phone call, going, oh my God, I can't believe this lady's calling for this. They're laughing along with the people in the studio. It's such a fake voice and affect. No one would respond like this. They'd be like, I'm sorry, what's your name again? All right, I'm at work. I'm busy. I'll be. I pick up regular time, right? Okay, thanks.
I had no idea the school had a new owner, Miss Speakeasy. I'm so excited to meet you. Please tell me what's going on. My daughter wore the wrong clothes. Okay. Oh, so you changed her. Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know. Very good.
Okay, thanks. Yep.
No worries.
Immediately. And
Oh my God.
I really think all the other kids felt better about it too.
Are you done talking?
That's why I asked you to bring her an extra outfit so we don't have to deal with this again.
Oh my God.
I don't know why you would dress her like that in the first place.
Both my husband and I went to college there.
Yeah, it shows. It definitely shows. We can
Okay,
tell.
what is exactly is that? Who the hell do you think you are talking to parents that pay good money
It's just
to go to your daycare? How
I mean, obviously it's fake, but if you were like, oh, it shows you went to Notre Dame, you'd be like, okay, this is a joke. You know, I mean, no one would be like, what? But that's my alma mater. What the?
Yeah, if I stay on longer, what do I win?
You're right.
do you think that you can call me up and talk to me like this?
Yeah. It just has taken you so long to answer a lot of my questions that it makes so much sense that that's what you went to school.
You are the perfect representative of USC. Like, no wonder you're such a...
Now she's getting shots at USC back. All right. You know, this known rivalry.
Why I oughta.
USC. Indiana and Southern California is crazy rivalry.
Oh, that's the best you can do. I always knew you guys didn't have a very big vocabulary there.
Like, seriously? You think you're better than everybody, and you're gonna judge a child for the clothes she's wearing?
You know what would be
Okay,
fun?
give me 2
I think
seconds.
It'd be so fun right now is if before I hang up on you, I tell you a little Notre Dame joke.
You need to stop. This is beyond unprofessional.
Are you ready for the joke?
You need to stop your mouth.
The joke is the offense, the defense, the special teams, the coaches, and the fans.
Wow.
Get it?
Okay.
Oh, I have another one.
That's it. I'm coming down to get Penelope right now.
Do you know Notre Dame's favorite holiday song?
I knew this fight was fucking coming.
Home for Christmas, because your season's over by then.
Yeah, well, so is your career. Like, I'm going to file a formal complaint.
I have a final one.
I'm
do
pretty
you,
sure I'm
do
dead.
you know who falls for prank phone calls?
Your mama?
No, Notre Dame fans, because you just fell for one.
Oh. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you know
No,
what?
wait, that was actually real. This is
If you're laughing when they pull your license.
This is actually Brooke for the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. It's a joke. It's a phone tap. Your husband set you up. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean?
Your husband kept you to a Notre Dame
Pretty good stuff, huh? What was the one that you heard? What did that entail?
Oh no, this was the bit. This was the one.
That was
it's
the one.
just as if a parent is going to be like, yeah, I understand you stripped and changed my child, but can we talk about this football team you're dropping?
Right.
Because that's offensive.
All right, the offense isn't great this year, but the defense is looking a lot better in week 3. You have to give me that, right? Like, this is the conversation we're having right now? I don't know.
And it took the dig on the football team to really get her to go, okay, I'm coming down now.
Yeah. Oh, I'll pick up my daughter right now. Don't threaten me with fewer children to watch.
I was going to take my time before, but...
Yeah, right.
Can you imagine anyone that was like, is this Brooke from Brooke and Jeffrey?
Wait a second. I know a thing or two about the daily phone tap. Am I on the phone tap? It's like when Candid Camera got real popular, people were just like, wait a second. Where's the camera?
Are you telling me my child is not on fire?
You had me going for a minute there.
I'd love it if the broad on the phone pushed back so hard that Brooke forgot she was doing a bit and got pissed off.
It's not real. It's so stupid. And you know that they get people from accounting and sales and shit like that to be the characters on these shows. They're not good at it. They're not good at acting.
A good tell is just how they say hello, because no one answers the phone the way these voice actors do, which is kind of at a high, like, hello? Hey, how you doing? Like, no one, everyone's like, hello. And especially like you're talking about, it's an unknown number, so everyone's like, hello? No one's like, hello?
All right, I'm not going to play this full one, but let's listen to today's phone tap. They had this out nice and early for us, so we could check it out.
It is phone tap time, and today we call a woman who hired a carpet cleaner for her house. She had to go to work, so she left the door unlocked for him. And that was several hours ago.
Oh.
So I'm sure in her mind there wouldn't be any issues. The carpets would be cleaned and he'd
Yeah.
be long gone.
Should be.
Well, none of those happened. In fact, he's still there calling about the unique situation that he's dealing with in your phone tap right now.
Hello?
Hi, Barbara.
It's Barbara.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Who's calling?
This is Stu. I'm the carpet cleaner. You left the door unlocked for me this morning?
Yeah. What's up, Stu?
Hi. Unfortunately, I'm still at your house.
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm on my lunch break. 1 second.
Where are you?
I'm at your house.
And you're on your
I thought I
lunch
said
break?
that. Yeah.
Are you done with the cleaning now?
Funny story about that. You know paleo?
The diet?
Yeah. Yeah, the diet.
What does that have to do with my carpet?
Great question.
What is that? What are you slurping?
I'm
is he
on it.
slurping?
What?
I'm on the paleo.
Well, I don't really care. I just need my carpets done.
I know, but you need the full story just for context for what happened, because
Also, we got to fill 5 minutes here, lady. I don't know if you realize that, but traffic, news, and weather are coming up on the 9s, so we got to fill this thing.
the diet's really strict, where you can only eat really specific types of foods. Oh, it's like, it's the worst. Just, somehow I haven't lost any weight, but my shoes fit better.
What in the hell are you talking about?
Can you explain that? How is my waist the same, but my feet shrunk?
Look, I don't care about your feet. I don't give a damn. I just want to know why you're still in my house and what's going on with my carpets.
Yeah, so on paleo, I'm like hungry all the time. So I get really curious about what people have in their fridge. So I just went to take a quick look inside of yours.
You looked in my fridge?
Only because I'm paleo curious. And you have the most delicious looking cheddar broccoli soup in there.
You took my soup? What?
Well, I didn't take all of it, just like one helping.
Who are you? Are you out of your mind?
I saw it and it was called.
It's Stu from the carpet cleaning place. Yeah. I like Kevin Eric Snow points out, it's the same sound effect for every slurp. It's just the one button they have for slurp. They just keep hitting.
I thought it was the bong hit.
Yeah, that's what
sound.
someone else said in the chat. It sounds a little bit like the bong hit thing. Maybe they use it for both. Yeah, probably. It could be soup slurring or someone getting high.
I've been there.
This woman is more concerned with a carpet than the last woman was about her own child.
Yeah, you noticed that? But what the fuck with the carpet at?
My soup!
Yeah.
To me, it was like, I'm paleo friendly, eat me.
Oh my God.
I'm still working on my self-control with the new diet, but I was walking and eating like a moron, and I accidentally spilled some soup on the carpet.
Excuse me?
Oh, so good.
Put the damn soup down and stop eating.
The thing is, I am a carpet cleaner, so I probably should know how to get out the stain.
What kind of a moron
I
are
cannot
you?
figure it out.
You can't even clean a soup spill.
See, I mean, right there, you have... No one would hang on the line that long. I'm bailing on that one. I'm sorry. Sorry we played it for as long as we did.
Yeah. When I'm pissed at people, I don't yell. I hang up.
What? Yeah. What do you mean?
Oh
but
my
you should be able to
God.
clean it. You're not buying that. Tigers win. That's exciting.
Hey.
I gotta say, I want the Tigers to win, but if they make it to the World Series, it's gonna really fuck up our live show in Ferndale, Michigan, because the first game of the World Series is October 25th. So, rooting for it, but not that much. They get through this round. That's fine. It'll be fun. I don't know. I don't want to play for a theater that's a third full. So everyone's like, I'm just gonna watch the Tigers game instead.
I think they're pot committed.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Or, you know what? A lot less prep for us. We just put the Tigers game on.
I was going to say.
They'll hang out and have a watch party. And at the end, Tukey comes out and goes, whoa! And everyone gets their money's worth.
Lucy, show your jugs.
Everyone gets more than their money's worth. All right. Very good. All right, I'm ready to move on. Adam, anything else you picked up on from the show? I know you suffered through a lot of it.
No, it just made me feel bad.
Keep an eye on things here.
I can tell.
Aww.
You're getting more and more depressed as we play more clips.
I mean, that level of energy just makes me feel insignificant and like I'm not good enough for whatever they're doing, because it's just for somebody else. But it is a universal thing. Like, I listen to this and I go, well, this is how the bronies happen. Like, some college guy was watching My Little Pony and went, "Oh, this makes me feel different," and it was unique to him. And he got onto the internet and he's like, this might be crazy, but any of you dudes like My Little Pony and blink, 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 men all over the world found each other and were like, yeah, this just speaks to me. And I know it's real for them because it's not real for me. And this feels the same way to me. Like, I know it's not for me, but it's making someone else very, very comforted. And, you know, good for them.
Correct. It's not for us. And you know what else is never for us? It's the
Cringe of the Week. Cringe of the Week.
Cringe of the Week.
And this week's Cringe of the Week comes in from actually Moment of Zen. Posted this in the Dick Show subreddit. But I was listening to the Dick Show today. I think I probably would have included it anyway. Dick brought a guest on, Catgirl.
Oh my
Very
God.
promising guest for the show because Catgirl was a mod for Maddox for social media. And then they became really close friends online. And so Catgirl left a series of voicemails for Dick saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know I know all this stuff about Maddox, all the stuff that we did and talked about. And it was during the Lowell suit back in 2018 when Maddox was suing Dick for $20 million. And so I was like, oh, this person's interesting. Problem was she was in jail. Now, the bail was set at $250. So Dick was like, I'll pay that. I think I Come Buckets actually is the one who put the money up, and then Dick reimbursed him or whatever it was in order to get her out of jail so she could come on the show and she could explain all of this information that Dick had heard through these voicemails. He was excited to talk to her. She gets on and immediately is a hurricane. And I realize that in these times, it's a very sensitive word to use. She was a bit of a tornado over Matt Lachey. And so hard to deal with, hard to understand, but Dick pushed through, tried to get information out of her, tried to have a conversation. She's scatterbrained, filling in details that are unnecessary, going off on tangents that didn't matter. And so about 45 minutes into this interview, he's asking her questions that are leading her to things he knows based on the voicemails. And she starts to backtrack on what was happening. So Maddox, just so you understand the context in case any of this comes up in this conversation, Maddox went to some type of con and went with a girl who he said he was just bringing as a friend, but then they had a hotel room, and then she brought a guy back to the hotel room, and he got upset and kicked the guy out, and then kicked her out and put all of her shit in the hallway and said, you gotta go. And so that's the story that she's trying to relay to Dick, and this is where Dick gets very frustrated with her.
Did you try to help her?
Because that looks like a fucking idol.
Did you try to help her leave? Did you
as soon as I saw that scorpion thing, I blocked her.
That's not what you said in the voicemail you sent me.
No, because I was like 3 days no sleep and just laughing and truncating events for fun.
Oh, so you lied in the voicemail you sent?
I
You were lying about
I didn't
that?
lie. I forgot because I had no fucking sleep. Like,
You forgot what?
I had no fucking sleep and I was delirious during that point in time. Like,
So if
I kind of was mixing stuff up. Yeah.
Ah,
Because
so
I
if
had no
so
sleep
if I play
because
the
I'd just been
voicemail, it's gonna
attacked
be
by my
different.
fucking husband and I was on hyper vigilant with my fucking German like police pistol looking around the property, anything like
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I'm gonna ask.
yeah.
I'll ask this last time. So if I play the voicemail,
Play them all, yeah.
it's different to
Yeah.
what you're saying. You're saying
you can
that,
play it live if you want, and I'll like correct it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like people had kind of enough of you today.
Yeah, I'm someone to take in small doses as
or not at all.
stereos, but
honestly, but you're
yeah,
saying
really,
I just wanna,
honestly, yeah,
you're
stay
saying
away.
What you're saying?
My dancer name was Lorelei for a fucking reason.
So you're saying
anyway?
You're saying the voicemail you sent me, which is not what you're saying now. You're saying you were lying on the voicemail.
So he's trying to get to the bottom of this. Like, okay, so is all the shit that I was excited to play on my show, where Max was sending you dick pics and all this stuff was going on, all of that was a lie you're saying now, or what's going on? Oh, I just didn't want to sleep. She goes on to say, well, I also have a friend named Maddie, and I confused Maddie and Maddox, so I might have been telling you stories about Maddie, because that's what people do. If you have friends who have similar names, you forget their personalities entirely, and events that occurred in their lives. You're like, oh, I confused those two because their names are similar. So
How dare you accuse her of lying? She was not lying. She said she was laughing and truncating.
And she had very little sleep, and so she was forgetting. I don't know
it was
about you.
dark and I was half in the bag.
Yeah, right. I had an edible. Oh, honestly, we have so much fun stuff to get to today. I'm very excited because we catch Steel Toe gaslighting his audience. We have proof of that, which is a lot of fun. And obviously Kamala Harris was on with Howard Stern this week, and Stuttering John from today talking about dealing with Hurricane Milton. I sound like a radio guy.
Or barely dealing with it.
Not at all. But
I think I'm gonna hop off the stream and watch the rest of
this
the
is where Dick
WATP.
finally gets to the point where he just has to
Finally
kick
got
this
through
woman
chapter 7.
off
That
the
was
show,
stressful.
and this couldn't have gone
A lot of
better, in
places
my
to die
opinion.
really
I was
easily.
happy when this
So.
happened.
You're incapable of answering even
Have a good
the
night.
simplest question. So I think that would be a
probably
that would be
later.
a pointless
I think you're
pursuit.
just a bad interrogator.
Oh, well.
Like, because in
Either way,
interview,
well, see you next time.
You would roll with things, but you're doing an interrogation, and I'm better at
You're
those.
like just insufferable to listen to. Like you're clearly insane, and you have this idea that everything you think and say is important and valid, and it's just not. So it's extremely difficult to get even basic facts out of you. But I do think you left me a funny voicemail, and I will play that, and hopefully people will laugh at that. Oh, is she gone? She has to be.
So he's like, you're clearly insane. He goes on to say how she really shouldn't exist anymore. And so Sean, the other engineer, has been quiet this whole time. He's just imagine the whoops, he's getting big button. So when she stopped talking for that 5.5 seconds, he's like, she wasn't.